You want to listen to this Lauren thing, or are you leaving too?
Sure.
I'll do a little bit more, but I definitely have to go to sleep in like 40 minutes. So.
Yeah, I've been trying to go to bed earlier too, so I won't be on too much longer. But yeah.
Thing that I've seen, you can't move people out of
Wait,
these
this
like
is
very
an all
innate
girls
sexual
panel?
feelings. So we tried it for a long time with gay conversion therapy.
Oh my
People
god,
tried it with
Leanne's
trans
on?
conversion therapy.
Gays to
Wait, Leanne Starr is a fucking porn star who follows me on Twitter.
Matt,
It's not the same
Wait,
thing.
why do I keep doing what?
I'm confused about why do you keep putting like you're bringing up gay conversion therapy
It's not the same
and
thing.
trans conversion therapy to compare that to pedophile. That's what I was saying earlier. Like I don't believe that being a pedophile is a sexual orientation. Do you think that it is?
It seems to be comparable to it, yeah.
Oh no.
Wait.
It is.
Oh, I hate
Before we move on,
all the studies show that it
if
is.
anyone has the link
I
to this
hate
exact
this.
clip
I
where
hate
Amos
this so
Yee
much.
and Destiny are talking about this subject so we can actually get the context, I would really appreciate that. Send me the timestamp because I can't watch a 2-hour debate right now. Continue,
This is the problem. This is the problem with hypotheticals is that we get into comparing pedophiles to gay people, and they're really not comparable.
They're
because
absolutely
gay people,
comparable.
Because gay
No,
people
Oh,
are
fuck.
way better.
Wow.
Wait, I want to hear
No,
Destiny's
no,
take
no,
on
no,
this.
no.
No, I want to hear his take on this. Go on.
So your issue is you don't like comparing them because the object of the sexual affection for a gay person can be a consenting adult, but the object for the sexual objectification for a pedophile is somebody that can't consent. Whether or not they can or can't consent, though, doesn't mean that that person does or doesn't have an innate sexual desire for that particular thing. Obviously, homosexuality or bisexuality or any of that is fine because the people that are the objects of your affection are people that can consent to sexual activity. But for pedophiles,
No,
can't.
dude. Being gay means that you're attracted to someone of of the same sex. That's all being gay means. There's nothing that has nothing to do with whether that person consents or
Dude,
not.
I'm hearing myself audibly agree this, and I don't
boy
want to
and
agree
gay,
to this.
you
I
will
don't.
be
Oh
attracted
fuck.
to a little boy
Why?
that's gay when you have your first crush.
I don't like
You will
this.
be attracted to
All
a
the
little
studies
boy.
show it
It has
though. All the
nothing to
studies
do
back
with
that up.
consent. It has to
You
do
know
with
what?
your sexual
Sometimes you gotta say
attraction to
fuck
another
biology.
Sure.
And you're
what
And
I'm
I
saying
say
is that
fuck
for-
biology
what
on
I'm
this
saying is that for
question. I have no
pedophiles, it
interest
seems
in
like you have
engaging
a
with this.
sexual attraction towards
Okay,
people
explain
who
why.
pubescent
Okay,
creatures.
does that mean Matthew McConaughey's
Because you know what?
character-
I am not a fucking politics YouTuber, and I don't have to try to pretend I have fucking a perfect across the board takes on stuff like this. I'd rather be a fucking bigot and say that fucking pedos are bad, and I don't care if they're a sexuality, and I don't think of them as a sexuality.
Well, just because there is sexuality doesn't mean that you endorse them like doing the shit
but then
that they
I have
do.
to argue shit like this that it's like comparable to fucking gay people, and I just don't want to do that. I'd rather just be a
Well,
bigot.
here's the thing: it actually supports gay people because there's all these bigots in the world who say, oh, gay people are pedophiles, and you can say no, they are not pedophiles because pedophiles themselves will violate or not violate, but they will prey on children of both genders. I don't know. It's
Stardust.
Yeah.
Stardust. This is one of those conversations, right, where it makes total sense in my head, and I can understand it from a politics Twitch perspective. But if I ever try to tell somebody this in real life, they would look at me like I had 50 fucking heads. I understand what you mean. Yes, pedophiles aren't gay, or gay people aren't pedophiles, because pedophiles also like girls. But holy shit, that is not what I want to say. Gay people aren't pedophiles because, like, I don't know. I'm like the line them up against a wall kind of person. That's where I stand on the whole thing. And I understand that's like super virtue signaling and shit sometimes. I don't like parade around and being like,
damn it, he dragged me back in.
Oh, fuck, now we're debating? Okay. Oh, God. I don't know. I hate it. I hate this so much. I hate this kind of conversation.
Dude, and the thing is, I'm gonna be blunt. It seems that everybody he's talking to is so ignorant about this that literally every single one of them could pile on him and he's just gonna get the W. Like, why the fuck is Brittany Venti here? Is she Oh yes, Brittany Venti, the expert on sexuality. Yeah, okay, dope. This is a great idea.
Dude, Brittany Ventney is the expert of wanting to get hate fucked by Slasher. Do you know that?
No, I don't know that, and I don't know if I want to know that.
Basically, it's really simple. Slasher went around and was like, hey, can you get me in Brittany Ventney's DMs? because like I know we disagree ideologically, but I feel like that would make for better. I forgot exactly what he said, but he basically said he wanted to hate fucker, and it was really funny. And now he's gone, and I like to think that's the reason why, but I know it's not.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's keep going.
I think everybody here thinks that pedophilia is pretty bad, right? Do we all? Is there
Alright,
anybody that
yeah, okay,
Yes,
we
we
can
all
agree to that.
agree.
It's bad. You can't compare the two.
No, I don't
have,
think we
that's
all
the
agree
difference.
because of
Oh
you.
no, these people are
I think
dumb.
all of us except for you.
Yeah, that's
Brittany,
the problem.
you know that when you run around constantly accusing other people of
We're
being
talking about
pedophiles, you know that makes you sound like
predators.
a pedophile, right? You know that's what
No.
everybody in the
She's
left
been
does. When
accusing
guys run
Destiny of
around
being
and
a
they say like,
pedophile for like
oh
5
my
years.
god, like all these girls,
No,
they
you.
see a guy like me who's a nice
I'm
lefty
trying
person,
so
because
hard.
like all those guys end up
I
being
know.
fucking rapists. You know that.
I'm
right?
actually
He
gonna
really
lose it.
said-
Why does
right now.
no one have
Oh my god,
a
Alex
timestamp?
Jones was right.
Why does no one have a timestamp of
Alex
this?
Jones was right.
He
Alex
actually
Jones was
said,
right. Holy crap.
I know you are, but what am I as an
All I'm
argument?"
saying, yeah, and all you're saying is you are. Nice company. All I'm saying is that it seems like when we have like really innate sexual things, it's really hard to just say we're
125,
pedophiles.
16.
Oh,
125,
why are we-
16.
But why are we looking for
that?
ways to forgive and rehabilitate like pedophiles?
Thank
We don't look for ways to forgive and rehabilitate people who commit mass murder.
Holy
shit,
Fucking
these are all-
disgusting
They're
things.
all fucking
Okay, so
stupid.
mass murder and disgusting
Why are they
things
all
are mass
stupid?
murder and disgusting things are two totally different things. Okay, some disgusting.
I like
things are
how we
fine.
were
Realm
linked on
of
that.
unacceptable
Holy
Murdering a
behavior.
child is a pretty disgusting
Wait,
thing.
Okay.
guys, I have the take. Can we listen to
Yes,
the audio at
okay.
least so that we have context?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so it's
For
I'm sorry, I'm gonna
context,
play it
the
on my
reason
phone 'cause
why
that's just the
is because
technology
if this
level
is
we're
something
at.
these people feel, you need to let them
Can everyone
get
hear it?
treated some way so they don't go molest kids, because we don't want kids getting molested.
Not only that, there's a difference between a pedophile and a child molester. Someone can be
Oh,
attracted and not have
fuck.
actually done any. But, also,
But
if
weren't
we
you
do
just
try to
saying?
rehabilitate-
Were
I
you
know,
just saying,
no, I'm
Nick?
saying I don't want to. I get it. I can't argue it. I don't want to have to be. I don't want to argue it on a stream because then it look. Oh god, because this is exactly what happened to Destiny. This is why they called him a pedophile for like 5 years because he argued this like 5 years ago. I have no interest in like. Oh, I see what happens to Vosh too, but Vosh makes stupider arguments that don't sound as good. But I don't know. It's just. Oh god, I hate arguing this stuff. But we actually do try to like rehabilitate murderers. That's what like. I mean, we don't do it well, but ideally, if we like had better prison systems, that would be a goal, right?
Yeah. I think offenders are different
Anybody that
though.
listens
Yeah,
to
I
that,
think
dude,
sex
I've been on the
offenders are
internet for
different for
longer
sure.
than you've been alive. Okay, if I was like involved in anything like this, I think it would have leaked by now. Okay, I feel pretty safe. Thank you. Okay, number one. Number two, it's a hypothetical. Why are you so fixated on it? And anybody listening to this knows that, like,
the
oh, he's not saying he's
idea-
pro-child.
I
It
said
was part of an argument.
hypothetically, pedophiles should be rewarded for their
I'm
behavior. Nobody
about
would
to
be
make a
clapping
tweet.
for
We're
it.
not, it's
So
not
just
about
because it's
listen.
a
It's, I'm
hypothetical
sorry.
gonna tweet?
Okay, I'm sorry, but
I'm just
this
gonna
is-
say,
it
I
is
don't know
the
who this
most
Brittany
boring
Venti
thing in
person
the
is, but
world
wow.
is people
You don't
getting
know
on Twitter
Brittany?
and just screaming like,
I
fuck
just all
pedophiles,
I
it's
know
so
about
evil,
them is
we
that
can
people don't
that is
like
such a
them. That's
like,
all I know.
congratulations for the virtue.
Dylan,
Like,
oh
you're
my
a hero.
god. You have not watched the 5v1 between Brittany, Destiny, Tonka, Worski. You have to watch this. Dude. She just
I
calls him a
think I
pedo
watched
over and
it
over again.
so long ago, and I remember not liking her then, but I don't know anything about her.
She's a fucking legend. She's insane. Oh god.
For something like that to be tied to something like child pornography, no, yeah, saying something about pedophilia needs to be done.
Okay,
That's
hold on.
not
First,
that's
okay, yeah,
cringe.
okay. You
Boring kid.
child trafficking and pedophilia; these are two totally different things.
But they're linked.
No,
By Jeffrey
no,
Epstein.
Those things
Yes.
are linked.
Ashton, what does it mean to be a pedophile?
Someone who's
Are all
attracted to-
pedophiles child traffickers?
No.
No, what I'm saying is that there's a huge link between them. Look what just happened with Epstein's Island.
Oh my god, she actually
That's
just
not
said
what
it.
I'm talking about right now. I'm just
If
saying
they
that, like,
act on it, they're
You're
all
talking
traffickers.
about-
I was
you're talking
joking.
about
To do
unfamous
with it.
pedophiles, not
The-
famous pedophiles.
the
Oh my
goal
God.
is to have more people.
Pedophilia is a huge contributor to child trafficking. What are you talking about?
Potentially,
it's a
sure, but
huge
the
link.
goal is to have
Why are
more
you downplaying
pedophiles
it?
in treatment so that less children
No,
are
just
being
fucking
raped.
shoot him. I
Yes.
still maintain they should be
Oh
shot in
my
the
God.
head.
Oh my
Like,
god,
no one's gonna
fucking
miss them from
stupid!
society.
She's gonna
Sorry.
virtue
Like-
signal over saving
Okay,
kids.
I
That's
mean,
what
like,
that
if you
is.
want to like,
I'm
if you
sorry.
want to like
Most
circle
good.
jerk about like dumb fantasies that'll never come true and have no policy implications.
What do
you
you
can
mean?
do
problem
that.
is this
There's a
is
bunch of
literally
communists and
me.
shit on Twitter
This
that like
is-
do the same. Like, that's
Oh
boring as fuck.
god, I
Yeah,
hate
It's
this.
all, it's all,
How is
it's
it
all
boring?
Come
If
face to
you
face
had a
with it, Nick.
child and some fucking grown ass man raped them, you'd be like, let's rehabilitate this
Well,
poor
I'm not. First of
soul.
all, okay. First of all, I live in the United States of America.
There's the
so we don't
virtue
do
signal,
revenge
Dylan, you
justice
got it.
like that for a reason. Okay. Number two, I do
Oh,
have a
yeah,
child,
you
and if
do.
somebody raped my child,
But-
I would want to fucking kill him. But there's a
Okay,
reason why we
good.
don't. But this is.
You're a
But there's a
human
reason.
being.
No. But that's a boring. It doesn't mean anything.
None
Right?
of us are bored by that
Okay.
take.
If I saw a random person walk up on the street and kick my kid in the face, I would want to kill that person. That doesn't mean that we should have the death penalty for people that walk around kicking children, right?
Okay.
I'm just saying that like
A
the
kick
goal.
is different than putting your dick in them.
Oh my
I don't give a
God,
fuck.
why did
Somebody
you have to
does something to my
specify
child.
that?
Of course, I want to fucking kill that person. Are you
would
serious?
care
A
if
kick
There's a
isn't going
difference
to
in-
turn your
it's-
child away completely
Exactly.
for the rest of their life.
What I'm
Right.
saying is,
A
what
child
I'm
being
saying
molested changes
is-
their entire life.
what
It's
I- sure,
to a
there's a
whole
lot of
nother
Can I
Well, if
just
you
say
kick
something?
them down a
Sorry.
flight of stairs, maybe it'll break his
This is where
legs or
you're good.
something and keep them. I don't know.
It's
Jesus.
crazy that this panel has voting rights. I just want to throw that out there. that these
Whoa.
people are so stupid, but they can vote somehow. Like, that's
Don't
crazy.
associate them with me, okay?
Okay. Hey, no, sorry. It's not about that. It's not that. I'm just surprised that as a society, there's people this stupid who can vote, and we still function as a country.
Oh God, I gotta get the clip. Quick. Sorry, this is a moment.
The American people are tired
That's
of
not
women.
what I was saying.
No! God damn it, dude.
Hypothetical. He said, if it were to decrease the amount of children get abused, I would be for it. You took a position in saying that, and inherently, by you saying that they should get CP material at all, incentivizes a market.
He didn't say that.
And it therefore
Is it-
increases.
do-
Oh
is it-
my
is it-
Dude, they're debating a conversation from
And then
fucking
you
5
sit
years
it-
ago.
No, I'm
Like
talking.
you're
Holy
two steps
shit.
No,
away.
you will not
Brittany.
talk over me.
Yeah,
You're just
okay.
no. You will not talk over me. You are incentivizing pedophilia. You are incentivizing a market for it. You are incentivizing
even
for it to be
like,
normalized.
argue that.
You are
What?
saying that they should be treated. It should be normal. It's like taking a fucking Advil. No, it's not. And the fact that you are not enraged by pedophiles is really suspicious when everybody else
What?
here is, and everybody else here seems to understand how terrible of a thing it is, and you're comparing it to, oh, you know, it's the same as my kid getting kicked in the face. You
That's
clearly
not
don't
what-
have a
It's
comprehension
not.
I never said
for
it
how
was
bad
the same, Brittany.
someone getting
I
touched
said that
is.
just
It
because
changes
somebody
their
does something to your kid and you want to
everything
kill
about
that
their
person
life.
doesn't mean we should kill.
Context: there was a debate with Amos Yee that happened over 5 years ago, where Amos Yee said, "Would you be for child pornography if it was like in general?" And Destiny claimed that he had seen a study in his email offhandedly saying that there was like people looking into whether child pornography that's already taken by the government or whatever, it's already been seized, would be usable to prevent more kids getting raped in the future by weaning people off of it in that way, so similar to how they use drugs. I believe he specifically said in that conversation that there would be massive issues with that because you'd have to contact people who are already victims and then re-victimize them by asking if they can use this, because they obviously can't just use pictures of children without their consent. So there'd be tons of ethical issues why this would literally never work. And that this was just a study he offhandedly heard about before the debate and said that, like, if it meant less kids get raped, then yes. Obviously, he'd be for anything that means less kids getting raped, but this was purely
The problem
conceptual.
is half the people here don't know what's being talked about, and the other half want a virtue signal. That's the problem with the
Yes.
panel that's happening right now.
So that was literally an offhanded comment made in a conversation 5 years ago, and Brittany's saying that's like his entire perspective on like CP. That's okay.
Because you were trying to play devil's advocate, and you're saying
No,
that
hold on. I'm
what
not
if we
playing
do
devil's
this?
advocate. What I would want in an ideal world is less kids getting abused. That's it.
Sure,
If
By
there are weird
normalizing
ways
you
to
would
it.
say
do
that, but that's the thing. Here's the thing: is
Not
that
by
what is
normalizing.
being misunderstood, at least by me so far, is that your attitude coming across that like you are comparing like pedophilia to gay people, to
When-
trans
like,
people,
classic bullying.
and to,
Yeah.
Hold on.
like,
When I'm
now-
comparing,
now
hold
just
on. If somebody,
being a kid.
Someone
if
just
somebody
say
says,
this is
if somebody
classic
says,
bullying.
can you come over to my house tomorrow? And I say, yeah, sure. I'm gonna have to ride my bike because I don't have my car today. And then somebody's like, are you saying a bike is the same thing as a car? No, I'm saying that both of these things are transportation I can use to get to my house. I'm not saying the same thing. When we talk about gayness and pedophilia, I'm not saying they're the same thing. What I'm saying is that innate, I don't know how many times I've repeated this, but you all know this. When I say that there are innate sexual hooks that we have in our minds that are really hard to change. What secondary sexual characters, when guys see boobs or butts, it's really hard to make a guy not find that attractive. Or when women see certain masculine features, those are like built in really fucking deep to who you are. And it
It's the
seems
same with
to
a
be-
gay man for a gay
and
man.
it
Yeah,
seems to be the case that for pedophiles, that whatever it is that makes them attracted to children is also really
Yeah, but it's
deeply
caused
built
by
in.
what's your point?
trauma.
What's your
Who cares
point
what
of
it's
pointing that
caused
out?
by? If you can't
No,
retroactively
no,
get rid of
no,
trauma.
That
Hold up, hold up,
That's
hold
the thing.
up.
When
For
you
you
say
to stay,
who cares, that matters because you're now differentiating someone who is born normal and gay doesn't have that.
You don't know. We don't even know if people are born gay. We don't even know that.
We do know that.
We
That is-
absolutely.
that's
I promise
crazy.
you that we do not know that people are born gay. We absolutely
Do we
don't.
know that people are born hetero then?
Most likely, but we don't even know that. There's so many environmental factors.
Okay, wait.
Listen, hold on. Let me clarify something because everybody forget. When I said that it doesn't matter if it's caused by early trauma, what I'm saying is that you can't fix a pedophile at age 2 because the trauma hasn't happened yet. If you've got a guy that's like 20 or 30 or 40 and they're a pedophile, and you say, well, it's caused by early trauma, okay, that we can't do anything about that. The
So you
question
actually
is,
don't have a position because you don't think anyone's born anything. You don't think that
Just
that
because
people
I
are
don't
born
think somebody's
straight, you don't
born
think people
something
are
doesn't
born
mean I
gay,
don't-
but
wait.
you do think people are born pedophile.
wait a minute.
apparently.
I have a
What?
question.
Wait, I never said that people were born pedophiles.
Hold on,
You did
hold on,
kinda
hold
say
on.
Literally,
that.
they're just
But
all
you
absolutely did not
piling
say
on.
that
Oh
at
my
any
God.
point.
Okay,
Wait a
okay,
minute.
ladies,
Wait a
can I
minute.
clarify?
Wait a
He had a position where he said some people may have a higher genetic
My gosh.
disposition
Okay.
to have
This what
pedophilic
Lauren Southern's
behaviors
doing
that are
right now
switched
as
on
a
and off by
batshit
environmental
terrible
factors.
panel
So,
moderator
not
That's how
necessarily
all
that
strong-
they're
was
born
almost
in it,
worse than what
but
she
that
did
it
in the
can be turned
Mediterranean.
on or off by certain
Perfect
events.
screenshots.
Doing it
Perfect
again.
Screenshot.
I did
I can't believe it.
I did find a study that said that consumption of child pornography. Okay, wait. I'm gonna make one comment and then Ashton will go to you. I did find a study
Okay,
that
thank you.
found that the consumption of child pornography had almost no effect, positive or negative, on violent sex offending. I'll have to read through it more, but Ashton,
The
to
study
your
doesn't even
Holy
support it
shit.
at all.
so it doesn't support
And
or
he based
negate.
it on this
It
one
just said-
study that didn't
this
even
is-
support it.
You don't even know if that's bro.
This
Brittany,
isn't the
if
study,
At the end
this
of
is
the
just
day,
one.
if,
Oh,
Brittany,
but-
if you showed me,
Dude,
here's the
buddy,
weird thing because you think I'm so
how?
married to this idea. If you were like Destiny, here's 5 studies that show that the consumption of child porn either worsens a pedophile's desire to harm a child or it has no effect. Then you know what I would say? I would say, wow, it sounds like we definitely shouldn't fucking give pedophiles child porn then. That was really easy. Do you see how simple that was?
The question, but somebody in chat was asking, like, well, why would you even talk about that? Wouldn't that be child exploitation? Because it's like a philosophical discussion of if in a perfect world, if things went like perfectly. And
I
this
will.
was-
I will
yeah.
say that I don't think Destiny should have ever talked about it because this is exactly what's going to happen every time you do that.
Oh yeah,
It's
this
just
is the same
impossible.
thing. At like every time Vosh made an example comparing like it's the same thing my
Violation
community
of
clipped him
normal
for.
theory, man.
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
just like this is the stuff you shouldn't say publicly on like streams and stuff. Even though it's like you're not doing anything inherently wrong, it's just creating a clippable moment that's going to be used by Brittany Ventney 5 years later on a Lauren Southern panel to 1,400 people.
Well, I only brought up propensity character evidence to deny your character evidence, okay?
You
You
didn't
said
bring
you weren't
up my
fucking
drip
autistic. I believe
allergy.
the case would be the opposite. But regardless, okay? Regardless, right? All I'm saying is that the goal in any society should be to get as many pedophiles into treatment or whatever is possible so that less kids are getting abused.
about
I don't think that's that
Clip it,
controversial of a
clip it.
position.
But they are trying to
First of all,
normalize it. Absolutely.
You're except
Who's
you're
trying to
normalizing
normalize
it, and you're
child
and you're
porn?
sympathetic with
No.
pedophiles, and we've
No.
established
Oh my
this.
God.
You constantly try to downplay what they say. You constantly try to
Look.
backpedal. Constantly try. But then it's a hypothetical. But you did take a position.
When do I
You constantly want to be like,
downplay
oh, but
what
they can't
pedophiles say?
change it. But they can't change it. You're constantly trying to
wait.
sympathize and empathize.
What?
I'm not
For what
sympathizing.
reason?
Brittany, I'm not
For what
sympathizing.
reason? You wouldn't do this with
Can
rapists. You wouldn't do this with
Can I-
murderers. But you do it with pedophiles.
I do it with literally anything.
He does it with
if
everybody.
somebody
Wait,
can't
actually,
here's
There's no
another
common
sure,
sense.
here there's common sense doesn't make sense because somebody that disagrees with you has a different common
Actually,
sense.
it's not logical.
Here's
Someone
an
just said I
example,
can't
okay?
wait for
Somebody
Anna to
that
talk
is
about
Study
this
for that.
tomorrow.
somebody that is an
Source?
alcoholic, somebody that is an alcoholic,
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
that actually like severe alcoholism probably should never ever drink. That, like once they're past that addiction phase, they
Probably?
they don't have casual drinks, right?
But guys,
Now-
what
No.
if we? But what if you treated them with more alcohol? Then like it's fine. And then what if they go and hurt other people while they? You know,
The
it's
alcohol
fine as long as
itself
they're.
is the alcohol itself is bad, Brittany. So we wouldn't have them drink alcohol ever.
Yeah,
right?
and the CP
But
itself is bad. So
just
stop
because-
trying to justify creating a market
I'm
for
saying
it.
just because I'm
You are
saying
creating a market
just
for
be-
it.
if you're gonna create a market for it, then don't do it, honey. It's that easy. Do you understand? You're
Don't
solving
call
your
me
own
honey,
problem.
Don't call me
Please don't-
sweetie.
don't
I
call
think
her
just
honey.
because Destiny may have been molested as a
condescend
youth
to me.
doesn't
He-
mean that this is
What?
all okay and we should be creating a market for this.
What the
And
fuck?
that's
Hold on,
okay.
wait,
I
literally
actually
thinks
have
that
an
This is
Wait,
like
okay,
it's
wait,
the
I have a
ultimate brain
question.
rot topic.
Can
this
I have
is
a
the
question?
ultimate brain rot topic.
Am I allowed to ask a question on my
Way
show?
smarter than us.
Can I have my show back?
Hold on. Whoever just said, should I impersonate Vosh? The answer is no. Do not impersonate Vosh.
Space. He's just
Guys,
superior to you.
where-
He's looking
guys-
down on you with his hypotheticals because he's the
I'm
devil's
having a
advocate. And
Dude,
that's
I could be
not
watching
true.
Okay,
gay
wait,
porn
wait.
right now.
Y'all,
Instead
this
I'm
is
watching
my
this
show,
shit.
so I'm gonna
Well,
ask a
if you were
question.
watching porn, that would be
Destiny,
propaganda
one question
never
that
mind.
Brittany had was,
Oh,
do you
God.
see it as
Nice.
the same thing as being a rapist? So do you think
Oh my
being a
God.
rapist is a genetic thing that can be turned on or off by certain events in your life?
Lawrence Southern would be interested
I
in
mean,
that.
like,
Huh?
I mean, everything we do is influenced by genes. So, like, there might be one scenario where one person would rape somebody.
Do you think fucking with immigrants in the ocean is something that could be is like a genetic thing that
This
can
is
be
a
turned
genetic
on
thing
or
that could be
off?
turned on and off, yeah.
Like as a genetic, the same way
I
we
mean,
view
okay,
pedophilia
so-
potentially. No, I want you to clarify. I'm just asking.
Just saying, like, is a genetic
Just
thing that
asking
with the
questions,
immigrants
Tom.
have?
Every single thing in your life is based on
Mhm.
how you are born, but that doesn't mean that that's the sole determining factor, right? So you might have a higher propensity to engage in a bad action, but you engaging in that bad action is still your choice. So, for instance, a pedophile might be born a pedophile, but that doesn't make it okay for them to abuse a child. That's still a choice that they're making that is wrong and evil. You shouldn't fucking do that.
But no, they
right?
should
Oh,
get
somebody
treatment
tell us
for
the
it,
fucking
right?
technicals.
They should get the content that they enjoy and jerk
Brittany,
it off
oh my
to your
god,
kid
that
getting
was just
touched,
oh
though,
my
right?
Brittany, you just destroyed everything I said. You're so smart, queen.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ashton,
Oh,
you had-
wow, he did the no
Oh
you
my
again.
God.
Isn't he
You,
so
did
high
you
IQ?
just my brain is expanding right
no,
now.
the
Sorry.
Uno reverse.
Are we
no you.
having a discussion or insult? Like, are we showing shit? Or
Yeah,
Alright,
why
Ashton,
I
you
get
wanted
it
to
doing that.
contribute something?
If you wanted a proper debate, then you would title it that, and then you would like schedule that. That's not what this is, and we already established that at the beginning.
This
So.
isn't a debate. This
Okay,
is what I call a
simple
shit show.
question.
This is a trash fire, my audience.
Well, it is a shit show. This is a shit show.
Thank you for being
I
here.
do want to ask.
We've
This
got a
is
lot
just
of viewers,
upgraded
though.
politically
I
provoked.
Yeah, I understand
Well, it's-
Brittany's frustration.
This is
Better
politically
moderated
provoked
than-
for the people they
Having a
watched
concern
when they
over
were
here.
getting
I
bigger.
don't think, Destiny, that you.
I mean, it's
condone
better moderated
stuff
than
with
politically
pedophilia. I
provoked.
don't
So.
think you condone it.
By a
Here,
better
however,
centrist
I am
host.
concerned
Yeah.
because I feel like what you're synthesizing can be turned
Oh,
into
no.
something else that could later lead into something very dangerous. And that's my only concern. And what Brittany's concern is, I think what she's trying to say, is that it could build a market, it could build some loopholes, and it could lead to more issues, and it could lead to more harm. And that's a huge problem I have. And I feel like, I don't know if we're talking about strictly people who still have thoughts or have done something, but my firm belief is once someone has touched a child and has hurt a child, there's no going back. And another concern I had too is when it was brought up that, you know, trauma, when someone molests a child, it can ruin that child's entire life. And you simply said, well, a lot of things can ruin someone's entire life.
No, I did not say that.
You literally
okay?
said that.
No.
you
What I
gaslight
said, hold
her.
on. No. What somebody said was that if somebody molested your child,
Hey,
you wanna
look!
kill that
There's people
person.
simping for
And I said,
CTV in
yeah,
chat. The
that's
people's
true,
champ is gonna own
but
this
that
fool.
doesn't mean that it's right to kill
Amen.
a person. That
CTV.
doesn't
But
mean-
you also said that if
a lot of
someone
things
kicked
can be
your kid, you
If
would
I
kill
said,
the
because I
person.
said if somebody kicked my kid, I would also want to kill that person. There's a reason why we have a separate judicial system. that
CTV
decides
wants on.
everything.
Yo,
It's
let's
not
get
like
CTV
what
the
would
call.
you do if somebody did that thing to you? Well, I want to kill him.
But
that's not
there, that's what I'm saying, that Destiny.
But
There's
then,
a
but then
varying
someone
degree.
brought up.
You're comparing kicking someone to molesting someone at a young age. You
So
have to
look.
have varying degrees here. I understand that you have a point, and you can look as
I understand
frustrated
that
as
you have a
possibly
point.
want to be. But listen, this is your communication skills.
So
So if you have,
Holy
like,
shit.
We have what six intelligent women here, and we're all understanding the same.
Am I
thing
gonna
that
have to
you're
cover this
saying.
shit
You are
tomorrow,
not
man?
coming
Fucking
I hate
across
it.
Dude, the
how
way she
you
just
want
said we
to
have six
become
intelligent
Okay,
people,
let-
women
okay, let
here,
me-
makes
let
me
me- let me try
misogynist
one more
now.
time. Okay, let
I'm
me-
now
let me-
God damn it.
misogynist.
God damn it, dude. God damn it.
I have committed a misogyny.
We're also dumb and we don't get it.
The
so
smartest
please,
person, I
please.
think, is the one who hasn't talked yet. That's Leanne
Tell us
Starr.
how-
Leanne Starr is the
Okay, so-
porn star that follows me on
Somebody
Twitter.
said-
She's
Well,
incredibly
then
based.
she is the smartest one.
If a person molested your child, you would want to kill that person.
I think I featured her in a video
Justification
once.
there.
Yeah, she's
But
The
what
only
I'm
way she could be
suggesting
smarter
seems
is if
to
she
be that if
slowly
I
just
wanna
closed
kill
off
that
her
person,
webcam.
Then society should kill that person. Therefore, so if anybody does something to your kid that makes you want to kill them, seems like whatever the parent wants to do to the person that hurt their kid is how the judicial system should act. So I said, well, hold on. My counter to that was people could do a lot of things to my kid that would make me want to kill that person. But that doesn't mean that killing that person is an action that the justice system should take. There's a reason why we separate out the justice system from what individuals would want to do. Otherwise, we just have lynching again. right? So when somebody said, if somebody molests your kid, you want to
We
kill
had
the
to bring
person.
racism into it somehow.
Knew she was gonna bring up black
What?
people.
Nothing
Oh
to
my
do
god,
with
I knew it.
race
I
for
just
sure.
said it.
Actually,
Other
just
circles
I
on the
can't use
internet
that
hang
word
out for
anymore.
2
She's
seconds, your mind
actually
is rotted,
just
okay?
mentally
So
just
I'm just saying
fucked.
that when somebody says,
Oh, my
Li-
mind's
oh my
rotted.
God.
You're the one
She's-
sitting here trying to go, actually, hypothetically, this is why we should have ethical CP and the
She doesn't even know what lynching is.
Therefore, we shouldn't shoot pedophiles. And meanwhile, you're playing back.
Pedophile is
everything
when
about,
black people.
Oh, what should be done to pedophiles? You do anything.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
anything
Fuck,
to
I meant
lessen
lynching is when black people.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, dude.
Oh, I'm fucking
What
clipped.
is
I'm
Wow.
clipped.
Oh
I'm
my
clipped.
god.
Like,
Oh,
what
fuck,
do you
I'm
think
sorry.
right now should be happening to a pedophile that touches your kid? Like, what would
if a
you have
pedophile,
had
whatever
done?
the charges in the books are for molestation, I don't know, whatever you happens in court for child rape or whatever, I don't know what the charges are. It would probably vary state by state. It's probably a state crime.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
more
actually,
like
okay. No, this is an
law.
interesting question because, like, I 100% get, and I don't agree with the girls who are saying you're pro pedophile. I agree with the people
Wow,
that
thanks,
have
Lauren.
questions.
I try not to be pro.
I don't think
you
you're
know.
pro
It
pedophile.
depends on the day,
I'll give you
Maybe
that
I'll see a really
one.
attractive child.
I'll
and
give
change
you
my
that
mind on it.
one.
Who knows?
Borderline.
We'll
But,
see.
God
I
damn
don't
it,
wanna write
dude.
out completely. I like to keep an open mind. so,
Am
yeah.
Yo,
I-
can
am
you
I-
look?
okay.
Hey,
um,
do you see what's going on with Brittany
so,
right now?
like,
Do you see what's
you know,
going on
you
with her
said
webcam?
We can't have
What about it?
people
Look at it. Look at it really
just
closely. Look at the
deciding
side of her
what they
head.
want to be the
You see
law.
it?
You can't have lynch mobs. Agree with that completely. That makes
Her
sense.
brain is
But
melting
I
out of
think
the side of
we
her head
both
right now.
agree that molesting a child and being angry at someone for pushing your kid over on the playground are extremely different levels of anger, like very, very different.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like a
And
parent's
like if
anger-
you are someone who wants to kill a person because they pushed your kid over on the playground, you probably have a less logical response than 99.9% of parents who would probably want to kill someone who molested your child
I
sexually.
mean, sure. I'm just saying that like people that do bad things to your kids will evoke incredibly crazy responses out of it. Or that's my feeling. Maybe not every parent is like that. If I saw an adult hit my kid, I would
Yeah.
be irrationally angry. I
What-
wouldn't be like, oh well, I see that you struck my child, and now I'm going to call the cops because you. Wait, I would be. I can't even imagine what it would be like to see an adult put a hand on my kid. I would
Why
lose
does it seem like you have such a huge problem with someone hitting your kid rather
What?
than fucking them? I don't
Why
really
do you
understand.
How is she
How
this
do you
stupid?
about it?
Hold on, I
The
couldn't
way
hear you over Chrissy being a pedophile. What did you say, Mina?
how you are communicating, like how you are coming across. You just seem so much more offended by someone kicking your kid than someone fucking your kid. It
That's-
seems
how
really
do you,
weird.
I can't even imagine what universe your mind is shared with right now that you would even come to that
Brain is
conclusion.
You just said that.
Okay, okay, hold on.
Was
let me-
she
look,
conceived in like a
I'm not
laboratory
trying
If somebody,
to like
Yes.
test the
raped
head,
my
like
kid,
the
I would
extent
want
Yes.
of like
to kill them. If somebody
human
ran over
patience?
my kid, I would want to
Yes.
kill them. If they stabbed my kid, if
I
they
don't
shot my
believe
kid, if they choked my kid, how many things
Okay,
do I need to like
okay,
publicly
so
disavow
then-
that would happen to
okay,
my
so
child?
Destiny, so then right now, that's
Yeah.
what your stance is. Your
Oh no.
stance
Okay.
is
Whew,
that if
slow
someone
down.
did something bad to your kid, no matter
Wait, what's happening?
what it is,
Why is it
you want to
buffering?
kill them.
Probably,
Right?
as a parent, yeah, that's how I feel. I
Sure,
get
okay.
for my child, yeah.
That sounds very normal. That sounds like a very normal reaction, especially to pedophilia, right? But where
Sure.
you lose me is when you start to make excuses for pedophilia, and that sounds
What?
weird. Like
Okay,
if
okay. Let me circle around this and come at it from another way. Okay? Did you guys all get mad? I don't know if there's a conservative panel or not. You guys remember when California changed the laws so that if you knowingly gave somebody HIV, they changed it from a felony to a
Yes.
misdemeanor?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm sure you all heard about that. I bet you all tweeted about it. You were so mad and angry and blah 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 because it's normal. But so the reason why that was done.
Yeah, I was really pissed.
Okay, that's great. It was a good change. Okay, the reason why they changed it to be the way that it is because as it stood, if you transmitted HIV from one
Yeah.
person to another,
Being from California, I think it's disgusting.
Holy
okay.
shit, dude.
you transferred HIV from one person to another, it was a felony, but every other STD was a misdemeanor. Now the issue that was coming up from this was there were gay people that were like, okay, well, hold on. Why the fuck would I ever get tested for HIV when if I get tested for HIV and then if for whatever reason I end up giving that to somebody, now I have a greater charge than any other STD. People saw it as a disincentive to ever get tested for the disease in
Well,
the first
wait.
place.
So was it only based on prior knowledge of having
Yes,
HIV?
that's what it was based on. So the incentive was, well, hold on, if I'm gonna get fucked for this, I'm just not gonna fucking test for it because fuck it, who cares?
So
right?
why wouldn't they
But-
just change the law to make it if you didn't get tested anyways, like a manslaughter kind of thing.
Well, it still is. If you try,
Okay.
because the whole point of law is if you knowingly transferred it. But if they change it to a misdemeanor, now it isn't as heavily stigmatized that, well, if you get HIV, it's not like you're going to get like a huge felony charge or whatever. So there's more likelihood to go and get tested for it. So when we compare this situation, now please follow me. I'm not saying STDs are the same as pedophilia or STDs are the same as raping kids. When we compare to the situation, the goal should be that if there is a pedophilic person, you want that person to have as few roadblocks between them and finding treatment as possible, because the more likely they are to find treatment, the less likely they are to find a child and abuse a child. That's all I'm saying. So whenever we talk about pedophilia, it's not about making excuses or empathizing or blah, blah, blah. It's saying like, well, what do we need to do so that if you're a pedophile, you feel comfortable walking into a fucking treatment center or some shit, so that you're not trying to walk into a preschool and find a kid.
Why she keep
Okay,
burping?
okay.
I view that
But like when I look
I
at your
don't know.
HIV claim, I think more so that should be like a wobbler offense instead of downgraded to a misdemeanor, right? Like it should be dependent on when the court looks at it and says, okay, did this person do due diligence? They knew they had sex with 20 people between this period and that period, didn't get tested, then had sex with another person. We can now have a wobbler position, and we can make that a felony, or we can
You have
not.
to think about this from the legal system, though. Like, imagine you're a prosecutor, okay, and John James comes in, and you have to press charges against this guy, and now you have to go and find out how many people he had sex with. Like, you're never pressing charges. In those
No,
cases.
of course,
Those
no.
never
But
know,
that's
right?
why the legal system prefer wobbler offenses to just having strict misdemeanors, because that's why you're having all these
Chat,
problems with
you better
shoplifting
fucking give
and
me
people
some
not being put
subs.
away in
Okay, we
California
haven't
right
hit our
now,
daily
San
sub
Francisco,
goal.
everything, because all these
We're
things that
50% of the way there. If you want me to continue making content, you better give me some subs. All right?
And people are being released and not put in jail. So to me, the answer isn't to make it not as strict laws.
If I
but
was
to give
Brittany
the
Vetney, I
options.
would turn around and go, Lauren, why are you comparing like fucking shoplifting? Do you think these are the same thing?
Brown,
Giving
savage,
AIDS to people and
disgusting animal.
shoplifting are the same thing?
Oh.
Because that's literally. Yeah.
My God.
Oh my goodness. Sorry.
Sometimes, even if they seem really bad, like how we do with like
Thank
drug abuse or
you,
whatever, right? Like, drug
Donnie,
abuse
for
is
the 5 gifted tier 1 subs.
heavily
I
stigmatized.
appreciate
The less
you.
it's stigmatized, hopefully, the more people are encouraged
Wait.
to go and get help for it. so they don't
Clarify
fuck with
how that
society.
connects to pedophilia. Just clarify for me.
So when people run
Guys, we're
around
75% of the way there.
Just
All we
break
need
these
is 5
people
more
and murder all
subs.
pedophiles, kill all pedophiles, shoot all,
5
shoot,
more.
I think what Chrissy said earlier. We should just shoot them all in the head or whatever, right?
Not
When you
all
have
of
an
them.
environment.
Just
Wait,
most of them.
When you
which
have an
ones do we
environment-
not?
Uh-oh.
Destiny, go.
Yeah. So the goal is that as long if
Oh,
Dude,
no.
on Twitch, if you watch the stream for too long, there's like fair use notifications where you have to pause
I
it.
tell anybody I'm a pedophile, if I go to get help or treatment or whatever, everybody is gonna find out, and then my life's gonna be over. People are gonna try to fucking kill me or whatever. That person is probably less likely to go.
Oh my god, this is unwatchable. Jesus. Is it my stream or is it their stream? I think
It's
might,
all
is
of
it
Twitch.
Official,
It's all of
and they're more likely
Twitch.
to keep it under wraps.
They only-
They might, in the future, find a kid and they might exercise their crazy sexual paraphernalia
But
on
then
that
you
child.
say there's not a way to help them, so.
I never
now
said
what?
there wasn't a way to help them, Brittany. Have you been following any of the conversation?
No, I couldn't follow it considering how much you're just rambling on and on.
Okay,
no,
so-
Well,
no,
if you
but in
think
all
there's a
serious,
problem,
but in all
Brandon,
Brandon,
I'll be
seriousness,
fine. Feel free to ask me to clarify, okay?
no,
Thank
no,
you,
but in all
everybody.
seriousness,
But he's
you
getting in?
said earlier. You said.
Did
it
he say he's
earlier
jumping in the
that,
call?
What I said earlier was you can't take a pedophile and change their innate
Yeah.
desire
So
to
then,
have
what's the
children.
point in them going to therapy then?
Because there are
With
other
that
ways that you can
I
help.
was gonna ask the same thing.
Sure. So one
Damn,
way
I
that
wish
you
I could
can-
get into
You
calls
can't-
like
you're just
that.
supposed to can't change them. What's the
You
point?
can't change them. So one way you can do it
Is
are
Discord
there
acting
are,
weird for you
drugs
guys?
that you can take that can. I think the most
Just
popular
Twitch.
therapy is there are drugs that you can take that dramatically lower your libido, and I think that's like the most success people have had. To where if you get somebody in a regimen of drugs like that over a long period of time, they just don't have any
Why
sexual desires.
would someone want to voluntarily take those drugs though?
Because it's probably better than raping kids.
But if a person, like, I'm just imagining this person does not want to lower their libido. Like most
Because-
men don't want to
because
lower their
If
libido.
a person is a pedophile, their life is going to be negatively impacted in a fuck ton of ways, and they'd probably rather live a normal life as a non-pedophile who's asexual than as somebody that's constantly trying to fuck a kid and then get murdered by a family or thrown in jail forever by the courts.
But just how do you get someone to take those drugs though?
if they're in therapy and they want to go to therapy and they don't want to be a pedophile, they're probably willing to do it themselves. I mean, that's how the therapy works now.
I like how even when he says that though, like you notice how it's like slightly sympathetic toward them, like
I'm
oh,
not
but
being
maybe they
sympathetic.
wouldn't want to get
you
murdered, and maybe they
that's
wouldn't
the
want to
thing.
get hurt.
I feel like that like when I hear you talk, Destiny, and I'm being honest. Like I'm not trying to attack you or anything.
Mina's like the least cunty one of us.
You do just I don't know what it is that comes across in this situation. You feel like you sound a little sympathetic. I don't know what it is. Like and it's not even like maybe it's something like maybe you think that maybe you pity them. I don't know what it is that comes across that.
Because you have to have some basic level of human sympathy to communicate with and engage
Not for
with
pedophiles, no.
for literally for
You-
Nazis, for pedophiles, even for Trump supporters. Yes, you have to have a basic level of sympathy.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Same as
for everybody in
pedophiles
society,
now.
in order for everything to work, not because you like everybody or respect everybody, but just in order to figure out how do people
disagreeing
think and what do we
politically
do
is
to
the same as
build a better
pedophiles,
society. That's how, I'm
apparently.
sorry, that's how it works.
Pedophiles equal Trump supporters, apparently.
Who said that?
Question.
Brittany, your mind makes some very crazy associations.
Okay,
I
are
just
you-
have to
are
my
you-
drug abuse in here. It
You're
sounds like it's
literally
hitting on some
doing
personal
that
notes
too.
for you.
Are we talking
do
about
the
offending?
comparison.
Are you talking about offending people or people who just have these thoughts, Destiny? When you
People
talk
these
about
thought here are like two really weird stats. One, the majority of pedophiles aren't child rapists. They don't offend. And two, the majority of children that get molested aren't even molested by pedophiles.
who are they
okay?
molested by?
By other people that are like
Usually
family members that are
relatives,
sexually abusing them and
parents.
stuff.
But
They're
how-
not
how
people-
are
You
those
molest a
family
child,
members-
you're a fucking pedophile. What
They're-
are you talking
it's because
about?
they're
You high?
crazy,
Like, I know I had 2
usually.
glasses of wine, bro. Are you
Okay.
fucking
Yeah.
high?
I don't want to argue stat. Google
Okay,
it if
can
you
I
want.
please
Okay?
Yeah, you're gonna
something?
tell us
Google
how
if you want,
someone
okay?
who molests a child isn't a
please-
pedophile.
No, I'm genuinely curious.
because
like,
they're
what? Sorry, I think
predators.
I'm using a you-ism.
I put
Destiny.
rapists
I'm
and-
genuinely curious.
I
But
gotta
what
do
is
the, you guys are stupid pose
I put
now.
rapists in a
What
different
like,
category than
how
pedophiles.
does
Child
someone?
isn't a pedophile.
Well, Brittany, let's let him explain. How does someone who molested a child not be a pedophile? Like, how does that work?
So pedophilia means that you are attracted to prepubescent bodies that haven't gone through puberty yet. That's what pedophilia is, right? But there are people that can abuse children because of like, I don't know if they're family, I don't know why, I don't know. I haven't had the desire to abuse a child. But my understanding is people that are like in a position of power over a child, or they have like a fucked up relationship with a child, that these people will go to like sexually abuse children, but they're not like a pedophile. Like when you follow them through the life, they've had normal sexual interactions.
Alright.
know
They've
this,
like,
though.
This
Touch a
is
child
weird.
because you
and
can Google
you're
it.
an adult,
I don't
you're a
know. It's in the
pedophile.
Why
fucking
would you
research.
Google
Don't
this,
ask me.
though?
I don't know. Fucking Google.
Someone
Somebody
who
Google it.
touches a child,
And
Googling
you
that.
want to wonder why we say you sympathize with them. After you just
Alright,
said
this
someone
is
who's
such a
child
s-
It's a shit
At
show.
what point have I said like
That's such a
pedophiles-
stupid argument to make on this panel. Like he's arguing the definition of pedophilia
He could
in
have
like a
just
really
pulled it up.
nuanced situation.
Yeah, if you're gonna take the stance, you should probably know why you're taking that stance.
Yeah, again, like they're not going to be receptive to this.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know.
I mean, they could be if he were able to say, well, there's difference between somebody who rapes somebody and somebody who's attracted to women, right?
Well, that's not what. No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying that some people who molest children aren't pedophiles because they don't do that in any other aspect of their life.
Yeah. So there are people
because,
who are
like,
crazy.
What I'm also saying is that there might be like a babysitter.
Yeah, I know, but like generally, most people would just like the vast majority of people who use the word pedophile would probably classify them as such.
I guess.
It's just like that's a hard sell in this kind of conversation. I understand if he's talking to like Richard Wolff about this, or somebody who's like I don't know.
I think people who are predators are predators.
No, they're still pedophiles. They're still
But they're
pedophiles.
still
pedophile.
considered
They're still a
pedophiles,
pedophile.
though. That's the thing.
Like, see, he's gonna get stun locked in this now.
To normal people, they would be considered a pedophile. I don't know where you're getting your vocabulary from. Like,
Okay, Nina, what do you think
He
a
wants to
pedophile is?
justify it. That's why.
I'm not. Who's
Like,
just?
right?
Hold on.
Because
What
you
is a
just
justification
called
media? Why do you think I'm
pedophiles not
justifying anything
pedophiles.
here? I've never
Because
said
you
anything.
just
This is
said
so
whoever
random.
touches a child isn't a pedophile when they are, and everybody else knows it because that's the definition of a pedophile. Someone who is sexually attracted to children. If you sexually touch a child and it's not for like, oh, I'm a doctor, it's a medical purpose, you're a pedophile.
Okay, let me
Like,
bring
how's
up the
this hard for you to
definition of
understand?
pedophile.
It sounds
You're
like
a
Destiny's
pedophile
saying like it takes
sympathizer.
more than once. Like
Okay,
once
so
you get a freebie,
pedophile
no,
is
it's
someone
more
who
than
is
that, you're a
sexually
pedophile.
attracted to children.
I never
No,
had
hold
the
on.
urge to
Hold on,
sex
hold on.
shame
There's
as
a very
child.
specific. If you want to have a
You're
conversation about
pedophile if you
pedophilia,
do
okay?
that.
The things that we,
support it.
the things that
You're-
we tend to be attracted to outwardly, okay, are like the secondary sexual characteristics.
Guys, chat. This is why I don't like using the fucking word pedophile in YouTube drama, even though I see people who. I hate doing the fucking stunlock debate over the definition of the word, because all I need somebody to do is go, no, actually, he's a ebophile because this person isn't prepubescent. He's actually 14. And then I literally want to throw myself off of a bridge because everyone knows what I'm talking about. Yes, technically you're telling the truth, but 99 fucking percent of people, if I were to say that, wouldn't know what an ebophile fucking is. That's why I don't like using the word pedo. That's why I just like kind of describing the way people are, because it avoids stunlock conversations like this where nobody actually has a discussion and everybody's just virtue signaling over which Google definition is the right one when they're using like when some people are referring to Google and other people are referring to academic sources. It's just a waste of time.
You have basically said that somebody.
Oh, did
You
Dylan
said that
leave?
somebody who touches a kid.
Yeah, Dylan,
isn't
I thought
a
he said he was
pedophile,
going on, but
and
I'm
you
not
argued for the social acceptance of it by saying, "Oh, well, if it helps, then they should get the CP. It's ethical CP." You have promoted the normalization of it. So you want to keep saying, "Oh, actually, I support this, that, and that." Hypothetically, you took your position, and it shows with how you talk about it. It shows with your lack of enragement.
Sorry, when you're done with this, you have to go back and listen to the quote that she's so passionate about here.
You're the only
It's
one who's
insane.
not enraged by it. Because you sympathize with them, you constantly try to justify, you constantly try to remove the label and how bad it is. And you've constantly compared it to other things such as punting a kid with kicking them in the face and Trump supporters.
My issue,
you play
Brittany.
it down.
My issue, Brittany.
That is your position.
My issue
Stop
is that
lying.
I have a child. Something you will never have. Okay, I have a child. My child is very important.
Oh, yeah,
my
maybe
goal.
if I got cucked
Okay,
like
you just
you,
want
I
a whole
would.
5-minute fucking Yas Queen
cucked
rant.
by
Okay,
10 different
congratulations.
men,
okay?
maybe I would.
My issue.
Oh my god, I said that once. Oh my god.
Issues
Oh
in
god.
society.
I said that to Destiny
People
once.
Don't care about
Oh my
society.
god.
They just want to
Cringing,
virtue signal.
cringing.
That's why people on the left will go on Twitter and say, fuck billionaires and fuck the rich. Okay, well, where the fuck does that get us, right? Or it's why people on the right will go on and say, like, all fucking Democrats are evil or all fucking lefties or whatever,
Like
right?
how you just did with Trump supporters and comparing them to pedophiles?
So when people go online and all they want to say is, fuck this group of people, fuck this, blah, 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 we don't advance any of the policy conversations that we need to be
Your
having
solution is
in order
bullshit,
to
and
make
nobody
our
fucking
society a
likes
better
it.
place. So when I want a society where less children are getting abused, that means
No,
more
you
to me
fucking
than
don't,
going
Destiny.
online
You
and
don't.
virtue signaling to all of my friends about
You
how much I
virtue
hate
signal the
pedophiles. Everybody
You
hates
virtue signal
pedophiles.
pedophiles.
Everybody likes
Wow,
kids
you're
to be
so
safe.
edgy.
Everybody hates child rape. Nobody is giving you any points for this, Brittany. Nobody gives a fuck.
Thank
Nobody is anti-child
you.
rape. Everybody is anti-child rape, Brittany.
Destiny
The
just
only
did
difference
everything.
is that somebody like me wants to advance the necessary conversations, even if they're hard, to figure out how to have less children getting raped. But you would rather have more kids getting raped as long as you get to go on Twitter and shit post all day, just like fucking BLM and Antifa and any crazy Proud Boy or whatever other dumb shit you see online, okay? That's the difference between you and me.
I just want to make the point that the only study
Twitter users, you don't virtue signal. It's not like your entire fucking career is based on that. You want to talk about, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm so much smarter than you, and I'm trying to find a solution for a problem. You're not a fucking hero. You've been on this entire stream this entire time, sympathizing with them, playing down what they do, not understanding on an empathetic level, despite being a father, and you want to use your kid as a fucking shield to justify your position.
How are you saying I'm not on an empathetic level? Brittany, you have no idea what it's like to even be a parent. What the fuck are you even talking about? How the fuck are you even in this conversation?
No, you're
Other
right,
than the
because
fact
I
that you're
can't get
still a child.
cuckolded by
I don't know how
20
you're
men.
relevant to a child
Like
porn
how you
conversation.
opt for your
Brittany,
girlfriends to get
stop.
cuckolded.
I think
You're
Asher
so
wanted to
right.
talk. Okay,
No, you don't
let other
tell me
people
to
chime in
you
here.
can
Okay,
tell me what to do.
let someone else
Are
chime
you
in.
on
You got
the
your whole
left? Are
fucking
you
Twitter
supposed to
YouTube
be
channel.
pro-women?
I don't know what you have left in you clearly don't have brain cells left.
No, you're so
dude.
stupid. I have so many more brain cells. So
Fun
much
fact,
galaxy brain destiny.
I helped her get unbanned from Twitter.
Oh. Really?
Keemstar helped get her account back because she got taken down by a copyright troll, and I gave her name to Keem as on the list of people to come back, including Bo Blacks and eventually myself.
Oh, okay.
I think that's really interesting.
How does that make you feel?
There
Pretty fucking based.
I have a theory, an ongoing theory.
Fuck
that,
copyright trolls.
There's another
True.
You know, entity or whatever you want to call it on this
She's just
awful.
she actually reminds me of
and I feel like
she reminds me a little bit of Anna actually.
Here's the thing though, some of it's a gimmick. she was a troll for a very long time who like outed herself, but in these conversations she sounds like she used to. So I'm not sure, but like it seemed like she was playing the dumb one on purpose in some conversations back in the day.
Yeah.
When she was more popular.
Gets rid of the empathy strand in your brain as well. Like
She was a
it
bit
does happen.
self-aware.
So either if you're born without one, or if you have injury, like head injury or something that gets rid of it, usually you are a predator and you will remain a predator for the rest of your life. And usually those are the people who prey on children, and they do become pedophiles, not because they are born, having a sexual orientation to be a pedophile. They are just born as predators and therefore go on to live their life by preying on weaker people and weaker beings, including children. So that's one of the outliers that you pointed out to earlier in the conversation, where you were saying that you believe that some of them are genetically dispositioned, or that kind of thing happens. I think that you're talking about the psychopath. I think that you're talking about a natural born psychopath, and I think that I think that that's true. It could happen, but I still think that your entire conversation that I've gotten to listen to, you still sound like you're trying to normalize it. You sound like you're
Is
trying
it
to
illegal to
normalize
record live streams
pedophilia.
now?
All I want to normalize is less child rape. That's my goal. Okay. I don't know what position you're starting from, but my position is less child rape. Okay.
Destiny,
Okay,
the
wait.
question is
So-
not
so-
pedos
hold-
have CP.
Can I respond to
which
Chitty? Like
normalizes
20
it.
things. I'll be really quick. I'll be super fast. I swear.
Okay, I'm jumping
Okay.
in next though. Go
Sure.
on.
So, psychopath and
And then let Chrissy
sociopath.
talk.
Okay, then
And
Chrissy.
Leanne. I'm sorry.
So psychopath and
no one else
sociopath are
talked.
terms that aren't used anymore. These are antiquated. It's all under something called ASPD now in the DSM-5, antisocial personality disorder. Okay, there's a whole cluster of personality things that psychologists talk about that resemble, I guess, what we used to say were psychopathy and sociopathy. Okay, but the idea that people are born these things and it's not influenced by environmental factors, we have no idea about that. No psychologist.
Antisocial personality disorders is very different than an actual psychopath. Too.
No,
You're talking about
no. Hold on. Psychopath
literally
and
the word they
sociopath are now
use.
called. All of those things are exhumed now, or
You're
subsumed
saying,
under.
oh, they're in an umbrella term, dude. You don't have to be like trying to school me on like.
Oh my fucking god!
we
It's got
have
pairs
to
like
like
he
use
does.
words that everyone knows here, right?
Sure. Well, okay.
Like-
Well, here's the important part. Okay, is that people in general have this idea that people are born evil. Okay, or people are born good. That's not true. Given the right set of circumstances, anybody can be a Nazi, or anybody can be some fucked up person that does horrible things. And the reason why it's important for us to understand that is because when we view other people as being of a fundamentally different material than us, it inhibits our ability to, one, stop people from turning into that, and two, figure out how to get those other people integrated into society or away from society in a way that
True.
minimizes harm to society. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
so
about it.
hold on. So that's the thing, though. But if you want to get them away from society, so like I think we all agree that we don't like pedophiles here, including yourself. So you're saying that you want to get them away from society. So what do you do with pedophiles then, if you want to get them from society? Chrissy came at it from an angle of getting them away from society by killing them, like actually getting rid of them, and that's a valid point. And people
Holy
used to do
shit,
that.
dude.
Okay, let's say, so do you think every single child that gets raped by a pedophile should be murdered?
The child? No.
Yes. Okay, what about children that grow up to become pedophiles because they're raped by pedophiles, Chrissy? Do you understand that's what you're saying?
That's not what I said.
That is
that's not
absolutely what
my
you're saying.
mouth.
Because
no, it's not.
do you acknowledge that a lot of pedophiles grow up to become pedophiles because they're raped as children?
Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
you're
it's not
basing that on.
every.
Well, no, wait,
not
make her answer
every
that question.
child-
This is so obvious. The answer is
Hold on.
obviously yes. A lot of children that grow up who were
He's
molested
just
as
having
children.
a conversation with himself. I love it.
But you're not
You
even
don't have
answering
to
my
be here.
question. You just start going at Chrissy. So what
Yeah,
is
because she said
your
something really fucking
solution
stupid.
of getting
my
them
God,
away
that's
from
stupid.
society? What is your
I didn't
I
say
would
we have
phrase
to
that
get somebody
different.
away from it, but if that is the last, if that
I would
is
not
the
say a
last thing,
lot
then
of
yeah,
children.
then
I
that
would
is
say a
what we
lot
do.
of
If you have forced
pedophiles are people who were molested, but I wouldn't say a lot of children who were molested turn out to be.
It's so funny because I'm
pedophiles.
hearing this conversation. I'm just playing back the technical drama in my head. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's like, because like the way Destiny's explaining this topic, where he's explaining how people like who are molested have a higher percentage, whatever, becoming a pedophile in the future. He's describing that as like explaining what pedophiles are, and Technicals is using that as a reason why we should welcome somebody back to the community of children. And it's just so funny, the stark contrast to like
Yeah.
the brain rot. Okay, hold on. We're gonna.
Right. Okay, I'm just gonna.
I don't think that person has a part in society. I think something should be done. I just don't see how giving them child pornography as therapy, as it was originally discussed, is going to help the situation.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say.
I'm jumping in here real quick. There's a really difficult point I need to make here, which is the only reason Destiny is in this conversation right now and talking to us is because Destiny actually is willing to consider and accept the most bizarre ideas that are hated by society, including talking to Lauren Southern. So
oh my god, she's desperately trying to hold this bridge.
And I can see the benefit of that, but also, like, I do think there are some crimes in society that are worse than having the wrong politics, like Lauren, or being accused of having the wrong politics, like me. Like, you know, murder, rape, these kind of things. I'd consider them worse than considering, you know, this person is an outcast of society because they said the wrong thing or did a wrong joke a while ago, or I mean, people accuse me of killing migrants.
This is like, I need to keep my audience and keep his audience from hating me.
Some people would say that your argument that, you know, pedophiles or parents who rape kids or uncles who rape kids aren't usually pedophiles would be the same as saying people who murder aren't usually considered
I think
murderers,
I'll be pretty
so
prepared for Mr. Girl tomorrow.
You've done quite a bit of research.
They murder for the first time, and they wouldn't consider themselves a murderer. It was a crime of passion. They aren't like a Dexter out here planning it, but they're still a murderer no matter what. Someone who rapes a kid, whether they consider themselves a pedophile or not, they're still a pedophile.
Destiny thinks you should get one freebie.
Holy shit.
Chris, you have a really nice dress on, okay? I just want to say you look stunning tonight.
Let's not jump to conclusions. Everyone gets one freebie.
Sometimes I talk to some women and I'm like, man, it is so good for your life that you look pretty, okay? Lauren,
holy shit.
Okay.
To be, I just want to
say,
make
let's say you get Lauren.
I like how
Can I make the point?
Completely
Also,
insults people, like bold-faced.
How was I insulting her?
Can I make
oh, shut the
that I'm
fuck
7
up.
beers
She looks
in?
very nice, okay?
Yeah.
Holy,
That was
I'm about to
okay.
be my third glass in.
This is my
Destiny,
7th
you have a
beer,
habit
by
of
the way.
you're pretty
talking
because you're such
skulls
an
and
idiot.
like buying stuff you said.
That
few
was
minutes
great.
ago.
Again with the
Like
oh,
I'm
you're
no.
such an idiot.
You just basically said you're lucky you're pretty because otherwise she's a fucking moron.
Dude.
It's such a good comeback, though.
Why the fuck? Hold on, sorry, this donut. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I just missed who that was, but thank you. Oh shit, thank you. I really appreciate. What the fuck? That was really nice. Okay, I'll go find out who that was after. But thank you. Shit, like this panel is so slow that he told like an obvious shot, played it off extremely poorly, and they still feel the need to explain exactly why they were offended by it. As if like he didn't realize what he said was offensive. That's fucking funny.
That's
No, you just tried to jump 10 meters to the point, okay? When you can only jump like 2 meters, okay?
Okay,
Slow down,
wait.
all right?
I think she made a fine point.
It wasn't
I'm sure.
a point, okay? I'll explain why, okay? But, Lauren, what I'm saying is that this is a pedophile, okay? I'm gonna okay. Holy
I'm
fuck,
listening.
this conversation.
I think
Tell
you're
us,
on
tell us what a pedophile
A pedophile is not somebody who has a sexual interaction with a child, or even a million sexual interactions with a child. A pedophile is somebody that has a sexual attraction towards prepubescent children.
Holy
That's what
If you have a
shit.
sexual interaction
Okay.
with someone, you
What?
are sexually
if
attracted
a-
to them. Period.
It's so
Yes.
funny.
Brittany, really? So if you get raped by somebody, you have a sexual attraction?
Because this is again, this is exactly how I tried to argue it with technicals. Like this is
Yeah.
the same thing. I had tech in the debate. I go, "Do you think that Zero had an innate need or attraction to talk to her?" And he goes, "Yes," and I don't think he has it anymore. Like that was his argument. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Hearing it in this context.
I can't
I wanna
vote in
vote down.
boxes. It's Chrissy's.
Dude,
Okay,
you
I
just
think
said
I
that
understand.
he
I
gets
think I
raped.
understand.
That
No, I'm really drunk, but I think I understand. So give me a chance here. All right, my 7 Coronas in brain
Thank you for moving me, Chrissy. Even though I
is
was
gonna
mean to you.
interpret
Thank you
this.
so- I
That was
appreciate it.
Chrissy.
You're
Thank
so
Chrissy.
mean. I'm never forgiving you.
So pedophilia is an attraction to children. The argument that
Yes.
Destiny is making is that someone who does, I guess, a crime of passion might not be like attracted to children on a regular basis, but just does it as a
You get one.
power play or
As
some
a
bullshit. or
power
whatever.
play.
I don't think you can do. My personal opinion is I don't think you can do something like that without having a sexual attraction. So like I've kissed a girl before. drunk at a party, but I've also been attracted to that person. Maybe I am a lesbian.
Wait,
I
you don't think you
care.
could
I'll
kiss
say
a
it for the
girl?
debate. Maybe I am.
Wait,
Fuck it. Mostly,
you don't think you could kiss a girl without being attracted to her? What the fuck is that argument?
But like, I don't think you can do something.
The,
like
what
that
is the
without
the
having an attraction
the
to
go-to
them.
argument is that nobody would rape somebody because they're too ugly, right?
I understand what you're saying. Okay? You're the
Like
only
when
one
somebody's
who's
trying to insult like somebody who's like been raped, right? It's like nobody would rape that person, they're too ugly, right? Like that's it's just like a shitty argument.
They're doing it because they have the opportunity or because they have lack of other shit to
It
do,
doesn't
or they're in
matter.
position of power so they can do it to that child, but that's why they're doing it. Because what I'm saying is that the majority of people that are, my understanding is the majority of people that are child molesters, they don't have a history of molesting children, and they've got a lot of normal, healthy sexual relationships. So when they do it to this one person, it's not because
We
they're
should
a
try to
pedophile
get in
victim,
there.
it's because the opportunity presented
I don't
itself
think
and
we're
this
gonna
is
be
what
able
they
to.
decided.
But what I'm saying is,
You might be able to.
I don't think I'll be able to.
I don't think they would. Take
Highly
it
doubt
without
it.
The sexual attraction being there
Right.
to some
Lots
degree,
of people
even
have
if it's
the
a small degree.
opportunity.
Like, I wouldn't
Okay,
make out with a
so I
girl
don't-
at a party if I didn't find her at least a little
I'm gonna
hot,
start
even if I'm
adopting
mostly
this. I think it's
heterosexual.
appropriate for sympathizers to go like this. I think that's when it's.
I do think I'm gonna head off now,
Destiny,
though.
Honest question.
Okay.
I really
Have a
Because,
good one. It was fun
three.
hanging.
Yes, thank you so much for hanging. It was a good time.
Hell yeah.
I can't really words right now because it's fucking 3 a.m. But
Yeah.
panel soon.
Yeah. This coming Saturday?
I was like, holy shit, Stardust didn't message me about the panel, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's Christmas. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I will
Cool.
talk to you.
See
soon.
ya.
Peace.
So my understanding is that if you don't have another source of sexual gratification and you have easy access to another person,
Really? They're
then much
people
like
are
if a
asking
fucking kid
her
does
to put
weird
me
shit
in.
with an animal like once in their life or with their friends once in their life or some dumb shit, but they never repeat it, that sometimes people will just look for sexual outlets, or women that hump couches might not be sexually attracted couches, or kids or teenage boys that fuck their stuffed animals, I don't know, whatever crazy shit or furry shit, whatever, right? Whatever people do, just because you do it because you have the opportunity is a different thing, not good, not acceptable. It's still horrible and bad, but it's a fundamentally different thing than doing something because you're like super attracted to it, right? We would say there's a difference between like a woman that like humps a couch because she wants to get off versus somebody that humps a couch because they have like a fetish for couches. These are like two fundamentally
Yeah, but
different
it
things.
could one could lead to the other
Are we
though.
talking tier 1 imports?
Okay.
IKEA.
So
question.
again, we're failing to acknowledge consent. By the way, like he just.
Who's failing to
once
acknowledge
again.
consent?
You,
What?
because
Hold on,
Infrared's gonna get in
hold on,
before
I have a
me.
question.
children can't consent.
Destiny,
I never said
Destiny?
children could consent. That's why having
You
sex
just
with
used
children is
them as an
bad.
example as if they could. Oh, what
Hold
if a
on.
kid has an animal? Blah blah. Children can't consent. Period.
Wait,
So
hold
no,
on.
it's
Just,
not an argument.
I'm not saying
You
children
fail
can
to
consent.
understand that concept.
I don't.
No, but you-
I swear to. I promise I understand this way better than you do. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about right now. Couches
Oh, I'm
don't
sure you.
consent to
I'm
being
sure
humped.
you've
Can I ask you?
entertained the concept of consent.
Destiny,
a
can I
lot.
ask you something?
Anything you want, Ash.
Destiny, what would you if you could decide right now what happens to those people who touch children and do those things to them? Okay, what would you do with those people? Like you
Whatever
personally,
the-
what would you do?
He
Me-
said
like,
the judicial
hold on.
system.
He
That's
said
what he said
the
earlier.
judi-
Me
judicial system
personally, or
based
like
on
what
what
should
the
we do,
state
like
says.
prosecutorally?
If you were president of America or like
Okay,
the,
and I
the
could set
king of the
whatever
world,
policy-
I don't care. Yes, on those
you
people
would-
who touch children. That's all I want to know.
I don't. Whatever the appropriate charges for like raping, statutory rape, it would probably be
Right,
along
but
those lines.
What would
What?
wait. Statutory rape, like wait for a pubescent child?
If you
For
have sex with a minor as a major as an age of majority person as an adult, that's default is statutory rape. It's always considered
Right,
rape.
But
Yeah.
you said hebephilia was different.
I
You
never
said
said
it's
it was
not a
okay,
prepubes-
Brittany. Are you
You said
okay?
it wasn't a prepubescent body, so
Brittany,
why
do
is
you
it now
want me
the
to
same
justify this?
thing?
Do you have a 15-year-old you're trying to fuck, Brittany? I'm not here to help you with that argument, okay?
Okay,
Find
here
somebody
we go
else,
again
sweetie.
with him doing this every
Okay.
time I make a point. He's
You're
like,
not making
oh,
any
no,
points,
you
Brittany.
actually,
You think you're
no,
making a point, okay? Because the 6 brain cells you
You-
borrowed from your friend or whatever are
Destiny,
firing
you're
at maximum
avoiding my
capacity
question.
right now, okay?
Oh, the
I'm
two
sorry,
that
Ashley,
you
what did you
brought
say?
earlier with your hand over your
Ashley,
head.
what did you
my
say?
God.
I can't
Earlier
hear
he
you.
said that
Over
he
Brittany's
said that
screeching.
hebephilia.
Yeah.
He said that hebephilia.
Even 2 windows
is
away, I
different
can
than
still hear her. Like
pedophilia.
she's right next to me. Like we're neighbors again.
It is different. He said that
Why?
pedophilia and pedophilia are different because they're not prepubescent bodies, but now he wants to act like they're the same by calling it statutory rape instead of pedophilia.
Brittany
Oh,
has a
shit.
point.
16,
My character
or
passed
now
out.
it's the same as 8-year-old.
But can I please? Brittany has a point. So Destiny, I want to make it clear. I'm talking about people who touch prepubescents, not like a 25-year-old having sex with a 17-year-old. I'm talking about someone who is old. Touching a prepubescent child, do you think that should be statutory rape?
So
Or
my,
what do you think
my
should
guess is what it should be is you would probably charge and convict on statutory rape, and then 2, once the person is out of jail or whatever, you would probably, if they still have those urges or if they can't prove they don't, then they'd be committed to some
He asked for
psychiatric
your
institution.
opinion, not
That's
what
what
you
I
would
just
probably
said. My
do.
opinion is what I'm saying.
Why
Is
only
they should be
statutory
put.
rape?
They should be put in because that's what the charge is. It's statutory rape. You put them in jail for statutory rape, and then if
I
they
think
still
it should
have
be the same as pedophilia.
what?
He said you're
you
saying
for
that it should
your
be treated the same as a 17-year-old and a 25-year-old as an
I'm on
8-year-old and a
Destiny's
4-year-old.
side.
That's essentially what you're saying.
On this.
The
That's what
charges
I'm
should be the
Eight-year-olds having
same.
sex with 4-year-olds? What the fuck are you talking about, Brittany?
Wait,
I'm
what?
talking about in the example.
Brittany, I think you have one
I'm
of your
talking about in
one
the
of your
example
gross little
that an
monitors are open right now on your
8-year-old
desktop,
There's a
Brittany. I
lot
think you need to
of
close it,
child
okay?
has
Stop
sex with
reading
an
from the
older
screen in front of you and
person.
engage
He
in
asked me a question. He
conversation.
doesn't let me answer. So you
This is a lot of
said
dodging. Brittany, okay, let him talk. Because I actually, because here's the thing.
Yeah, what I think is what should happen is you should be charged with statutory rape because you're having
So
sex with a
even
minor.
if it's a 25-year-old with a 5-year-old, they should get the same charge as a 25-year-old with a 17-year-old?
Yeah, it's all statutory rape. It's all bad.
there you go.
Oh my
That's
God.
what
See,
it's
this
called.
is why, this is your in. Oh my.
Wait, whoa!
Now I'm doing
Dude,
this.
This
'cause
isn't
it's
his
like,
opinion,
holy
this
shit,
is
Hold on,
your
wait.
hypothetical.
Dude,
She
really
asked
Do
me
you
to
think,
say
wait,
that?
do you think that like 30 or 40-year-olds should be able to fuck 17-year-olds? Okay,
Not-
those are really bad things, right?
But it's totally different than
But
a
it's a
20
100%
than
a different thing.
five-year-old.
A 17-year-old at least has had a sexual education and has an emotional understanding of what's going on. Whereas then you're talking about a 5-year-old versus a fucking like what, a 20-year-old and a
Now I'm
5-year-old
actually fucking
math compare?
Okay,
Like, are
okay,
you
now, okay,
fucking
wait, hold on.
serious,
Do you think
man?
is it worse to kill a 6-year-old
Get
or
your
worse to
clips,
kill a
get your clips.
17-year-old?
What the fuck does that have to do
Answer
with
please answer the question instead of deflecting one
So
time.
if it's
have to
here-
do with
wait,
the other.
wait. Can I say something?
No, wait. I want you to answer the question. Is it worse to kill a 17-year-old or worse to kill an 8-year-old?
It doesn't really.
No, answer the question. Don't say
that.
the question. Answer
It's
the question. Is it
worse
worse to
than
kill a 17-year-old or
8-year-old.
worse to kill an 8-year-old?
That's an
Different
8-year-old
thing.
innocent. It's
Killing,
bad, though.
killing and fucking are not equal.
I'm waiting for Nina to answer. I don't know
The
what mic I'm
17-year-old
using.
and the 17-year-old has a
Is it worse to kill an
Guys, I
8-year-old
need
or
you
a
to please
17-year-old?
at
Killing and fucking are
please
not
at
Listen,
Lauren
both
Southern.
are bad,
They're both
but
terrible,
I
but an
guess
8-year-old is inherently
the
innocent,
8-year-old
doesn't have a
because
I
we
need you
had
to
the
at
longer
Lauren
life
Southern for
lived
me
than the
and try to get
17-year-old.
me
Are you
in.
gonna charge? So are you gonna charge like different crimes then for killing an 8-year-old versus killing a 17-year-old?
Killing and
No,
yes,
you
are
are
not the
Why
same.
do you
question.
keep? Hang on. Why do
They
you
should
keep
both be charged
the
appropriately,
into
but
something
it is
else?
worse
When
to
we're
kill a
talking
child.
about pedophilia, and you're talking
Everyone,
about
can I
either
please
killing
say
someone
something about this?
or
Can I
kicking
please make a
someone.
point here? A
I don't know why
25-year-old
you're laughing.
having
You said it's
consensual
fine.
relationship.
Because it's a one-to-one comparison. Your brain is like falling apart, seeing how
a
obvious it is.
25-year-old
Chances are,
having a
if you
consensual
have,
relationship
if you,
with a
Okay, I'm in.
17-year-old
if
is
you
way
statute, if you,
different.
I'm in. Let me oops.
For someone having sex with a 17-year-old as someone having sex with a 5-year-old.
I never said
Why
that
would you
same
get the same
sentence. Wait,
No. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you did.
You legit
You
just
gaslight
did
on
it.
a stream that you can literally take clips from. I'm sure everyone
You
has
said
100 clips.
Okay.
Said.
Do you
Tory
understand?
rape for
Do you understand that charging somebody with the same crime doesn't mean that the sentencing
away the
guidelines are
key.
always going to be the same for the same crime? You can sentence
It's that
people.
it's
You can
no.
sentence people to
child
different.
rape is different than statutory rape.
What? You can sentence people to greater like.
Statutory rape is different than child rape, man.
You can sentence people to greater prison times for the same crime as another person. raping a 7-year-old is probably worse than raping a 17-year-old. I agree with you on that.
Probably.
No,
He can't
because-
even say it with
Gee,
confidence.
thanks.
He can't.
Here's
He
the
has
thing,
to always
I'm not even talking
downplay
about
pedophilia. He
good.
always
Hold
has
up,
to downplay
hold
it.
up.
Because we're
I'm
talking
not
about
even saying
hypotheticals. I
raping
can't
a
tell you every
17-year-old.
fucking
No,
case.
she
I'm
asked
not
you
even
your
saying
opinion.
raping.
We're not talking about hypotheticals.
My opinion is, if I could hypothetically change the law, right? You can charge 2 people with statutory rape. It doesn't mean that the sentencing is going to be the exact same. Somebody that has the propensity to rape a
No,
7-year-old
child
versus a
rape and
17-year-old is obviously way
Can I
fucking
say
different in
something
society.
really quick? Hold up. Statutory rape implies that the 17-year-old and a 25-year-old had a consensual relationship, and the statutory rape is there because the 17-year-old's obviously a minor. Child rape and statutory rape are very different things.
Is there like a specific crime for child rape?
We don't care about the
It's
technical.
rape.
That we care that one is obviously even worse than the other because
then
child
why not?
and the
Then why not
17
just?
has no comprehension.
Then why not just?
So-
Wait, hold on. Then why not just
And the
ask?
17-year-old and 25-year-old consensual.
Do you think that there is no such thing as minor adult consensual sex? That's why it's called statutory rape if they're a minor. That's what statutory means. It means it's always considered
Right.
rape in the eyes of the law, right?
But
Okay.
comparing that 7-year-old and 25-year-old, which you did,
I'm not comparing it. I think the fucking charge on the fucking books is the same. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what I'm not a fucking prosecutor. I don't know how you charge child sex crimes, right? If you're asking me, is one worse than the other? Yeah, it seems to be probably the case. And if you're asking me too, should somebody get sentenced to like a longer prison term for it? Then yeah, probably that's also the case as well. Sure.
You
yeah.
can't ever take a stance. It has to be
so
hypothetical,
cavalier.
so you can
You're
dance your way around things. You can never just say your opinion when someone even asks you directly.
I
your
literally
opinion.
just
It's
told
not
my
your
opinion,
fault.
Brittany.
Why can't you say with confidence that pedophilia is fucking worse than all these other things? Why is it so hard?
That's how many
for
brain
you?
cells you have left. You just burned through one of them. I saw it.
Oh
Brittany,
wow!
happen in real
How many
time.
brain
Romeo
cell
and
jokes do you want to
Juliet
make? You want to
Lazar.
put your hand on your face again for the 100th fucking time too, because you know that I'm correct, and you just want to go and I can just go in and insult her, and that'll dismantle her.
Okay, Brittany, can I ask you a serious
we can have
question?
Our ad homs
Brittany,
back and forth.
Brittany,
That's
can I
fine.
ask you? Can
But
I ask
every
you a serious
time I make
question?
a point,
know
you want to retort
Romeo
with that, and
and
then
Juliet Lazar.
Brittany, can I ask you a serious question? Yes, Ashley, I do. They're not relevant to this conversation. Brittany,
Okay,
Brittany,
Stardust
do you,
is
wait,
here.
hold on.
Everyone
Brittany,
say
do you
hi to
think that I
Stardust.
think
Hello,
that raping a
Stardust.
7-year-old is the same thing as
Welcome
raping a
to the shit
17-year-old?
Thanks for bringing me.
And then I think
So-
Haz might be joining. It's gonna get special.
Okay, hold on. Romeo and Juliet laws are very relevant in this conversation.
A 40-year-old
They are.
cannot Romeo and Juliet his way to a 17-year-old's pussy. That's not how that works. I'm sorry. It's
I
not
said
relevant to this conversation.
22, 25-year-old, and 17-year-old.
We're not talking about 22, 20. If you want to talk about 20, 25-year-old, there's
She
probably
said
nothing wrong with a
that.
20-year-old
I
having
just
sex
said
with an
that.
18-year-old.
I just said that. I just said that,
Okay,
though.
if you want to change the
I compared a
question to give me something
25-year-old.
different. Okay.
No. I compared a 25-year-old and 17-year-old, like dating, right? And I think it's weird, but I've seen people do that compared to a 25-year-old, you know, with a 5-year-old. That's why I
Okay,
compared
my
the
understanding
two,
is that
and
a
you said they
Romeo
get
and
the same
Juliet law
sentence.
won't cover a 25-year-old and a 17-year-old. You have to
Fine,
be
a
within like 3.
22-year-old
It's
and
usually like 2 or
17-year-old.
3 years of age. But
That is
that's not even
correct. It is
relevant.
within 2
Listen,
or 3
I'll
years
give you
of
the
age.
answer
But
you
that
want.
law-
If a person is like raping a kid versus raping like a teen, the kid rape is obviously fucking worse. They should obviously be charged, and they should be sentenced to a greater probably sentence than the person that raped a
Okay.
17-year-old.
It looks like it hurts you to say that. It took you so long just to even say
No, because that
without
wasn't
using
the
the word
like
question that
2
you
problem.
asked me.
hours.
Because unfortunately I have a more than a level 1 engagement with the fucking legal system. Okay, when you ask me what should they be charged with,
We're not
it doesn't mean
asking
he's
about
charged
legal
with a
system, we're asking
crime.
about
Doesn't mean that the
morality.
sentencing is the fucking same. Two people can be charged with the same crime and have dramatically different sentencing. That's crime 101. Is how the fucking judicial system works.
We're asking about your morality. Oh, there
Well,
you
we-
go.
we're-
So-
If you wanna ask me about my
handle
morality-
your
asking
case,
about
handle
your
case.
knowledge on
If you want to ask me
statutory
about my morality,
charges or
Everyone's
how many
done with
years,
all
we were asking what you
brain cell
would
joke.
think.
that's. Brittany, are you okay? Did you
Hi,
just lose number
Stardust.
5? Are you
Welcome
down to
to
4?
the
Nina, are you okay? Do you have 5 brain cells? Brittany, you have
Nina,
5 brain
Nina,
cells? Are you okay?
4 left.
Oh,
Nina,
hand over
if you want to ask me about morality, then ask me like what's wrong or wrong or what's right or wrong. Don't ask me if I could charge a crime, blah blah blah. These are legal questions. and
Okay,
moral
but you're
questions
playing
that are fundamentally
semantics
different.
here, man, because I brought up psychopathy and you brought up, oh, well, the terms have changed now because you want to like educate us and mansplain to us what the fuck everything
Oh my
means,
God.
right? Like
Am I
that's
on a liberal panel now? Are these fucking
Yeah,
lefties?
you
Is
are,
this fucking
yeah.
BLM Antifa? Am I mansplaining now? My
No,
legs are spread wide open
no,
too.
no,
I
no.
hope I'm
I
not
just
fucking your
said
state on the
that
bus,
word to
okay?
trigger you. Seriously though, I meant explain. Okay,
Okay.
seriously,
The-
I was
the
joking.
reason why I'm
Calm down.
attacking your words of psychopath or sociopath is not because it's like, oh, it's ASP now. My issue is when you said that people are born this way. We don't know if people are born anyway. We don't even know if people are born gay or not, right?
But you don't even think people are born hetero. That's the thing. That's
it
the
might
issue.
be all it might it we this is how I view it in my mind. This is how I think we view it currently. Okay, you're probably born with like a 98% chance to be heterosexual, assuming normal environmental factors, and maybe like a 2% chance to be gay. Maybe in some people that's higher, and then based on how you're raised or what happens in early development or even in the fucking womb, maybe some of those genes are activated or deactivated, and then you become gay or heterosexual. That's how my understanding of it works.
Oh no. I'm sorry, y'all. We
You're
needed some
muted.
more
So-
male energy in here.
Did we ever get
Alright.
an answer on whether
Paz,
people
you're muted. You need to unmute yourself, my friend.
This has
Or Christy, do you have to unmute him?
Okay, I'm trying to unmute him, but he has muted
Paz, you're
himself.
talking to a whole lot of no one.
He's muted himself.
You're getting real mad at no
It's
one.
like his
Alright, you're
thing where
good.
he's like coming
What-
to streams and talk and mute for.
You're
What
good.
did I get myself into?
This guy is going off.
He muted himself.
do we ever get an answer to whether people here would want to kill if they're willing to kill pedophiles, whether they would want to kill victims of pedophiles?
But like, I think the people said that it didn't matter if you're just a victim. No, I think the people who
But
are
how are you going to
advocating killing
determine?
pedophiles.
How are you going to determine?
Well, you can be both, and I think the being pedophile overwhelms the being a victim is what the consensus
Once you
was.
make the decision to be a predator,
Yeah,
then
so
Yeah, but
we
pedophiles
can-
and predators are two different things,
we can
right?
make the distinction that people who are predators are different from people who are attracted to children, right? It takes a special type of person to violate somebody's boundaries, violate their autonomy, right? So a pedophile is not necessarily a predator.
Yes, they are. They inherently want to prey on people. If a tiger, just because a tiger doesn't go and hunt all of its normal prey that it hunts, it doesn't mean it's not a predator. It's still an apex predator.
A pedophile can be attracted and choose not to act on that attraction.
I don't give a shit.
Just like a predator a predator can not typically be attracted to children and still choose, because we've learned that rape is about power, to rape a child, right?
I don't care about the actually.
Oh, so you don't care? You don't
Doesn't
care
about
about
any part of the
you don't care
conversation.
about
It's all
anything.
conversation.
That
You,
person,
hey,
because you
Brittany,
don't
why are you
care
okay
about
with
us making
killing
a point.
children?
No,
Why are you okay with
here's the
killing
thing.
children who were
Here's the thing.
who were
I think that
molested?
people who are attracted to. Okay, you want to
start us with a point.
Why are you
Okay, I'll
okay
answer
with
your
killing
question.
children who were molested? I want to know that.
Hang
So
on,
here's
because
the answer.
we're not
No,
talking
here's
about.
the answer to the question.
Yeah, yo.
Here's the answer to the
Oh,
question.
you're working now.
Has figured out his mic.
Okay, so you're trying to frame me as a bad person by saying, "Oh,
You're
well,
trying to
actually,
frame
then you
everybody
believe this and
else
put
who's
words in
on
my
this
mouth."
Hey,
side
don't
as a bad
interrupt her.
person.
Who's interrupting Brittany? Don't interrupt her.
So here's the thing. I think if somebody is sexually attracted to children, you are inherently a bad person. Just like I think if somebody touches a child sexually, you are a predator. You are a pedophile. I don't know how that's not crystal clear and why we're making so many
Wait,
arguments.
why is there a debate about that?
The technicality is actually, if you don't touch the kid, then actually you're not as bad. No, I don't give a shit. They're all terrible. They're all fucked up. They're inherently, fundamentally fucked up. I don't like predators, period. I don't care if you're offending or not offending.
Okay, hold
It's
on.
fucked up.
Who disagrees with
that-
Brittany? Who disagrees with Brittany?
Well, if you
Yeah,
just because you molest a child
I
doesn't
don't
make you a
disagree with
pedophile.
her.
That's
What
not.
the
That's not
Yes,
fuck?
it does. Yes, it does.
I
Destiny.
disagree. I
Yes,
disagree
it
because
does.
by
Child
her
doesn't make you a
argument,
pedophile?
we
In
would be
what
killing
world?
people who were victims of child
How?
molestation.
Wait,
Stardust,
no, but
this
I
is-
think
you-
Hold
you're-
on, I
If you're an
wanna-
adult
Looking
and
at
you're a
certain things you
pedo,
just said.
How are you going
You
to
just
determine
said
that, Brittany?
Just because you molest someone doesn't make you a pedophile? How?
Because rapists rape. They do it for power. They don't do it necessarily
It
because
doesn't matter.
they
It's
do it.
pedo
They don't do it
shit.
because they're attracted. How many
doesn't
girls have been
matter
told
what their
you were
intentions
never,
are.
no
Hey,
way that you would get
hey,
raped.
don't
You're too
fucking
ugly
matter.
for it.
Hold on,
Stardust,
hold on,
Stardust,
hold on.
Stardust.
That's not the point.
Stardust.
The point is the
Brother,
moment
so are you
do
trying to say
something-
are you trying to say there are forms of pedophilia that are not rape?
There are pedophiles who don't rape people.
Look, one time
What?
I did not
But they
mean to drive.
fantasize about
Hold on,
raping
I have a
people.
point. I have a
Well,
point.
no,
One
Those are
time,
two different things. You realize fantasy and reality are two different things, Cos,
Hang
right?
on,
Like,
let Chrissy say. Let's Chrissy say her
Actually,
point.
if
One
anything,
time-
pedophiles have been shown to like be delusional in that they think that they can have a romantic
Stardust,
relationship
they
with people
fantasize about
who can't
Okay.
have one.
Hold on. One time I got lost in the
Chrissy
city
speak.
driving around. I went
Chrissy
on the
gets
George
mentioned.
Washington Bridge. I ended up in New Jersey. I didn't mean to go to New Jersey. I didn't want to go to
What?
New Jersey, but I ended up in New Jersey. That doesn't mean I didn't go to
Nobody
New Jersey.
accidentally molests a child, so I don't know what
The
the
point
fuck you're talking
is,
about.
whether I meant to go to New Jersey or not, I went to New Jersey, and
Chrissy,
my
why can't you
intentions
just
don't matter.
admit? Why can't you just admit that Brittany's
Kaz,
right?
she actually agrees with
You're
you.
literally
She
not
agrees
even
with
listening
you.
to me, guys. You're
I
literally
think her
just
point is that New
you're
Jersey
being
is
a
the
hothead.
pedophile.
You're being a hothead instead of actually listening to me.
I just don't appreciate how you talk to Brittany. That's all.
You're a retard. I'm friends with
Oh,
Brittany.
really?
You're not even
fucking
listening.
based. Chrissy is
Really?
based as fuck. Holy
Really?
shit.
All right.
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
agreeing
Kaz
with him.
is
He's
yelling
Kaz
at her.
got kicked. He's such a
This fact with alacrity.
Wait
Oh
a
my
minute.
God.
Chrissy's
And-
agreeing with you, and you're yelling at her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that was
sorry.
crazy. I don't. Is
If
that guy
he
drunk? Like, I
misunderstood.
don't.
I think he might have
Literally,
misunderstood the
Who
point.
invited this fucking caveman onto the stream? He's not even capable of listening. Like, you can go drag your knuckles on another stream.
Oh my God.
Don't
the
need
fuck
to hear.
just
Stardust, can I just get back to
The point
something
is,
that
hold
the
on. What I was
Stardust
trying to
brought
say
up?
is, if I
Sure.
didn't mean to go into New Jersey, I got turned around. I ended up on the George Washington Bridge, but that doesn't deny the fact that I went into New Jersey. And New Jersey fucking nobody should be there.
Nobody,
Okay?
nobody
New
likes
Jersey
Whether I meant
Turnpike
to-
is awful
Whether I meant to
smelling.
or not, and I went there by accident, I still went there.
Right.
Stay out of
Exactly.
New Jersey.
See, that's the thing. That's what I want to bring up, Stardust, because you're talking about if a predator, like you're talking about if
crying.
someone was basically sexually molested as a child
Mhm.
and then ends up doing that, you're
If they
saying
end
that
up-
that person.
So what I'm saying is, people, there are a good portion of pedophiles who have been molested as children. Now, we don't know, I personally don't know the statistics surrounding how many of them offend. But if it is the case that they are attracted to children, but they don't offend, and they were this is as a result of them themselves being molested or raped, then why would we choose to, as people say, we
But
should
the
kill
thing
them
is,
all, right?
Stardust, Stardust, you wouldn't know about them though. If they are not offenders and if they don't actually offend, if they don't go around touching kids, no one's gonna know that. So even if they are pedophiles, we wouldn't know that they're
So you're making the
pedophiles.
distinction then that predators are the ones who should be punished and not actual pedophiles.
Well, absolutely, but I'm also making a distinction that if that person was was molested as a child
Mhm.
and then turned out to become a pedophile and continued the cycle of molesting other children, then they do
Nina,
deserve
take a break.
consequences.
So maybe we would encourage them to get help before that happens, right? Or encourage them to seek therapy before that happens, right?
But then you have people like Destiny here saying that there is no therapy for people like that because that is basically their sexual orientation. And
No,
they're born-
I
there
never said there was
is-
no therapy. I just said you can't get them to not like children, but you
Yeah.
can get them to not abuse children. The goal is not to make them not like children. The goal is to make them not abuse children.
They
so
have a-
doing things that would curb your sexual drive or removing them from environments where they
How
might
would
be
we do
exposed to
that?
children I literally just gave you two things.
So a lot of these pedophiles have that delusion where they think that they can have a romantic relationship with children, and we all know that they can't, right? So part of getting them into therapy is about making them realize that they cannot have a romantic relationship, they cannot have a meaningful relationship, and they cannot engage in a relationship with a child without severely harming them.
That's
right?
crazy, Stardust.
But yes, that's true. Like, I mean, they would have to be told that. But you're talking about someone, a hypothetical pedophile who would be willing to go to therapy and stop that sexual attraction before they commit that crime
Well,
or
I
sin or
think
whatever
being
you
a
want to
predator
call it.
takes a unique state of mind. I think being a predator takes a unique state of mind. When somebody is a predator, when somebody rapes somebody, generally they don't view that person. Their autonomy is very important. So that's why I
Right,
think
but how
we
do you
need to
stop them
intervene
before they do it?
Right, we need to intervene before they get that
Yo, I'll
mentality,
say something.
right?
Yes.
I'll say something, bro. These girls are
I-
boring as fuck.
Yo, continue.
I don't understand why we're making this distinction between predators and pedophiles. All pedophiles are predators.
Yeah, I agree with
They're
you.
not.
Wait,
That's
all
like a
pedophiles
super
are
brain
predators?
idea.
Even
That's
if they're
true,
not,
though.
and even if they're not offending, they're still predators.
That's
So
not
wait,
they're
true.
not.
If you have a tiger
Fine.
that wants to hunt a bird, it's still a fucking tiger.
We're not tigers. I don't know what you're saying.
We're
If you have a
not
human
tigers.
that wants to
Using a
hurt
metaphor,
a
it's called a
human that's
metaphor.
smaller and cannot defend itself and cannot consent and does not understand or comprehend romantic relationships or sexual interactions, and you want to prey on that, you are a predator. It doesn't matter if you act on it or not. Why are we trying to
Yeah.
See, the thing
make
is
this
with them,
distinction and sympathize
Yeah.
The
with
reason
them?
thing
why
is that they
the
don't
reason why making the
realize-
distinction
Exactly,
important is because we're trying to make it so that less children get raped rather than virtue
What?
signal
Hold
to
on.
our
And by
friends on
normalizing
Twitter.
it is not how
That's-
you do it. By
I'm not-
playing
how-
it down.
you
by
don't-
being
you don't
normalized.
even
normalizing it.
teachers
You don't
now
even know what
defending
it
it
is.
and
How does that lead to
subsidizing
less
Matt.
children
Like
getting
fucking
solution?
How does
teachers.
it lead to less? So let's say there's a serial killer who's fantasizing about murdering people. Why do you need to make that distinction in order to minimize the amount of victims? Go ahead.
What?
Why do you need to recognize the distinction between a predator and a pedo in order to minimize the amount of victims?
What
If
about
there's a huge difference between,
Okay,
let's
he
say,
makes a good point.
let's say for okay,
So-
well, let me respond to it. Sure. Wait, hold on. So
Can I
let's say
say
that like
something?
Okay, go ahead, Ashley. I've spoken more than you. You want
So
to?
here's the thing. He makes a good point on that because here's the if how we know who's going to make the next move if we constantly rely on we can't punish someone until they actually hurt someone.
Why?
Well, it's like great they're allowed to.
Why can't
I'm
you-
agreeing with you.
Well, okay, but then
Wait,
what
wait,
is
let
the
me finish.
what-
Let me fucking finish. Holy shit! I've been interrupted every time I'm fucking
Are you
on
gonna
here.
cry?
Please do not.
I
interrupt
thought
me.
you were done. I'm
I'm
sorry, you were
making
saying
a
lag for a second. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I'm making a point to what Haz is saying. So, if you are a pedophile, right, and you are saying, well, we can't really do anything until they're not really a predator until they actually do something. But the point is, what do we do to avoid them from actually making the move? Because we can't just wait for them to do something and then there goes a child that's hurt.
How do you
So I
know
see-
that they're
I
a pedophile?
understand-
You know
Well,
what?
it's-
Here's
I
one
have
of the
to
things
figure
that
that
can
out.
be easily solved. Stronger communities that can root out signs of this kind of thing should be able to deal out and take their own garbage out in the back in their
No,
own
hold on.
way.
Wait, what? Oh my god.
I have a question. Wait,
Wait, hold on. Wait, I want to know Ashley's answer. How do
Okay.
you know who's a pedophile if nobody's offended? What do you even?
That
Listen
Well,
to
I
Well,
actually did
let's
answer
say someone
Rose.
let's say someone
I-
is consuming child pornography or they have like a diary where they're entertaining these fantasies, whatever. These are all indications that people could be pedos.
This is so. Of all the people that molest children, like 10% of them have ever used child pornography. It's a very, very small minority.
How do
of
you
them.
know
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
How do you
I
know
get-
this
yeah, I
statistic?
get
That is
that.
such a
I
weird
get that, Destiny.
statistic
You're
to
not
know.
gonna know who's a
If you
pedo
care about the
until they
subject, you'll
reveal
know
them.
about it, right?
You're not
I've,
gonna
I've
know.
been sitting here
Listen,
drunk
you're-
reading studies, and they all say there's no correlation either way. So it's not going to make you rate
Well,
more or
okay,
rate
okay,
less.
but you're not gonna know who's a pedo until they reveal themselves in some way. Obviously, that's true. How would you know otherwise?
Well, because if we have a
Exactly,
better
you can't-
system than Haz's system of take them out into the trash and murder them as soon as we figure it out, then maybe
No,
people
I
will
didn't
get,
use
maybe
TOS.
people
He
will
never
go to
said the
therapy
word
and do
murder.
something until they
Listen. I used very ambiguous language. I'm a lawyer, Destiny. Thank you. Anyway, what I was trying to say though was that the system you're proposing is basically what you're trying to say is we're gonna basically tell them you're not gonna be in trouble if you're a pedo, just so we can find out who you are and help you. But the thing is, Destiny, the nature of the pathology is to be hidden. It doesn't matter how much you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to help you, or we're gonna try to work with you, something like that. They will always try to keep it hidden. They're never going to come out in the open and face society's ostracization. Your system might
Exactly.
not.
Hold on.
Your
That's-
system,
you're
your
literally
system,
you're
your
literally
system
answer the question.
might not want them to be executed legally, whatever. But the people and people's everyday sentiments, which matter way more, always will.
Yeah, but that's
so
what we're
pedos
talking.
will
That's what we're
always want
talking.
to
That's
be
why we're
kept
talking
hidden.
about changing those sentiments. That's what the whole.
You
point
will
of this
never
conversation
change
is.
those sentiments that
Okay,
lie
well then
in
let's
the
have a
heart.
different. Then why are we even talking about this then? Why not just open with that? What you instead of just wasting your time saying a whole bunch of dumb shit, you should just
Wait,
say,
so do
"Hey,
you
nobody's
honestly
mind is
believe-
going to change on this, so we just
Hold on,
shouldn't."
do you, no,
bother
no,
talking about it."
I'm
And then
just
boom, we're
trying
done.
to
That's
defend
so
the
easy.
common sense. Do you earnestly believe You're going to change people's common sense, deeply embedded.
Why do you say common sense? Common sense is begging the question.
Because we are a society of parents.
Intellectual
Because we are a
masturbation,
society
right?
of
Like,
parents.
common sense says intuitively I can know this fucking thing.
Because we're a society of parents and families who love and want to protect their children. So naturally, we are going to hate pedos.
I have a question.
What's up?
Wait, someone has a question that hasn't spoken in a while.
Yeah.
Who's that?
So I just wanted to ask, Haas, do you think we should punish people who have a preference for women who are very
Shut the fuck up. I didn't hear what you said.
For women who have okay, so do you think we should punish people who have a preference for women who are very petite and flat-chested and have very thin legs?
Obviously not. No.
But also it depends on how old this woman is.
Shut the fuck up.
What
Shut
are we
up.
talking about?
They only brought me on. You're gonna listen.
I'm the host.
Obviously, shut the fuck up. Obviously not. I don't see what's relevant about that point. I mean, yes, there could be people who have certain like pedo-like attractions toward adults, but that's not yet pedophilia.
Do you think that all people who like
it's kind of
alcohol
creepy,
or alcoholics?
and you have the right to view it as creepy, but you don't have the right to act on it as a society.
Do you think that all people who like alcohol are alcoholics?
What?
That's not the same thing.
That's
definitely not the
talking
same
about?
thing.
Wait,
not
what are you
the
talking
same
about?
thing.
One is an addiction. Alcoholism is an addiction.
No,
Yeah,
that's not the same as harming
The
kids.
rule is
And a
no
petite
comparison
woman is a
here. We
woman,
cannot do
not a
comparison here because people's
child.
minds fucking
She's
fall
a
apart
grown woman.
when you compare things here. Okay, don't do it. Don't waste your time.
No, I'm
Alright.
trying to say alcoholism is an addiction. It is
Right.
like what
So
comparison
if
are you
somebody is inherently has an inherent attraction to children, would wouldn't that be something kind of similar, like to you know?
No,
it's not.
Hold on.
It's not the same at all.
Let me entertain it.
If somebody has genetic trait, wait, if somebody has a genetic trait, if somebody has a genetic trait to be an alcoholic, and somebody has a genetic trait to be a pedophile, then what?
I get the point. I'll entertain it.
No, because there are studies that show that it can it can happen.
I don't know if pedophilia is something people are born with. I personally doubt it. But let me just entertain and assume that you're correct, that people are born that way. That's not our problem. We don't care. Even if God made them that way, God condemned them.
So we might as well just advocate for the killing of just people based on things that they're born with now, right?
Thought crime.
You know what?
What's your background?
Genocide
You know what
people, then.
start us?
Literally,
I didn't
no
advocate
one
for
has said
killing.
that.
I didn't
We
advocate for killing and
basically-
murder.
We've only said that there should be consequences handed down for
well, then let's
people
just
who
put
have
okay.
kids.
So okay,
First of
fine.
all,
We'll
first of
take
all,
a step
hold on,
back.
hold on.
We'll take a
First
step
of all,
back.
I
Okay?
never-
So we'll take a step back.
advocated for that.
So we'll
And
just
second,
put everybody
Destiny-
in jail who's
No,
of a
Destiny,
certain thing,
You can't
right?
attribute to me a position that is
With
not
things
allowed
that they're
on the
things that
platform.
they're born
me a
with.
position
Then,
that's not allowed on
right?
the platform. It's
Things
not
that they're
even fair.
born with, we'll just throw them in jail for them, whether they've committed a crime or not. Let's just arbitrarily
Yes,
decide now to throw
absolutely.
people.
If
Wow,
someone is
dude,
born a
you know what you're
psychopathic
advocating
murderer-
for? Holy shit!
If someone is born a psychopathic murderer,
You
why
can't
is
be
that our
born
fault?
a murderer. You have to fucking murder someone. That's what a murderer is.
So you can't be born a pedo then, can you?
When a pedophile doesn't mean you actually abuse
No,
someone. A
the
pedophile means you have an
pedophile-
attraction towards someone.
But they will outwardly manifest pedophilic behavior.
Not all the time. That's the whole point.
But even if they're not touching children, they will
Alcoholism
manifest
is genetic-
pedophilic
is
desires
genetic,
and
isn't it?
fantasies.
No, just because
Well,
you
we're born
manifest
with the
things
genes
doesn't
to
mean
be
you
predisposed
abuse
to
it.
alcoholism, right?
Wait, how otherwise would you find out about
Alcoholism
them?
is not the
Other than the
same as
fact that we're
hurting
manifesting
kids.
them in our society in some
Alcoholism
kind of
can
way.
lead to
we
hurting
should
families,
not tolerate
right?
this corruption. Simple as that.
Oh my gosh, no. It's
Alcoholism can
thing.
lead to
Alcohol-
you know, hurting people around you,
But
right?
it is not
not the
that.
same thing.
Okay, I love you,
It's
Lauren.
not
This has
the
been a
same
dramatic waste of
thing.
time.
It
I'm
is
gonna
not
sleep.
that.
Okay, it's been fun.
Grasping
You're
for
gonna
straws
leave?
to
I have to go to
justify
sleep.
it.
It's fucking 3:30 a.m. here. Okay. It's
You're
been
gonna
fun.
leave me
shit.
by myself?
Okay.
I
Have
know.
a good
Good luck,
one.
kiddos. Okay, hey,
Oh my
real
God.
quick. Haas, you're short and it shows. Chrissy, you're
Shut the
base.
fuck up.
Lauren, you're
Destiny,
pretty
you're
cool.
5'6".
I'm gonna see you in
You're
person.
Brittany,
5'6",
you have
Destiny.
3 brain cells left.
Destiny, you're a
Unironically,
cup
don't
and you're a
fuck.
manlet
Ashley,
and nobody
you're pretty
gives a
cool.
shit about you
Nina,
because
disagree
you
with a lot of what you
are
say. You're
wild.
pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Leanne,
yeah.
I don't know anything about you because you
You're
just
a
saying
manlet
things
who
like
Destiny,
supports
Stardust,
Destiny,
good luck.
hey,
You're-
hey,
you're-
Manlet
you're
who
like-
supports pedophilia.
Yeah, Destiny, you're apologizing for pedophilia. I'm gonna see you in person the 15th. Shut the fuck up, you beta ass little bitch.
Where are you
Anyway.
seeing him?
Huh?
Where are you
In
seeing
Dallas,
Destiny in
in-person
person?
debate. He said,
On
"How
what?
is your short? It shows." Bro, yeah, we'll see in person.
I
We'll
have
see.
a question for Stardust, since she brought this
Yeah.
up. You asked Paz a question about a flat-chested woman with very thin legs. I don't see how a short, flat-chested woman with very thin legs can be compared to a child. It's not the same thing.
How are we
on
gonna
an
how are we
intellectual
gonna
scale.
how are we
Got
gonna
a lot
determine
quieter.
who's a pedophile then if they're non-offending?
Ooh, I'm just again back to the woman. To compare a flat-chested woman with thin legs that's short, it's very different than a child.
so
because
I have
there's
an interesting
intellectual
story. Hold on,
difference,
hold on.
The point-
physical difference.
I have a
Right,
story. Okay, so when I was in college, I had braces in college. I got them when I was a sophomore, and they made me look a lot younger. And I met a guy on the train. He worked at the Museum of Natural History. We started dating. I was like flattered. He drew this picture of me, this sketch. I was like, oh my God, I have a boyfriend. But I had braces, and I was like, no one's talking to me, but this guy's talking to me. He's a fucking townie. Wow, Connecticut.
Oh,
And
no.
then he calls me after like spring break. He's like, oh my God, I don't know how to say this, but I got arrested because I had some child pornography on my computer. And I didn't even know what questions to ask. I was 20 years old in college. And
Wait,
I was
how
like,
old is he?
he was like probably 30s, you know? And he didn't tell me how underage. You know, I mean, it could have been 17, it could have been 8, but he was attracted to me because I had braces on because it made me look younger. And this same guy happened to be arrested. Like they seized his computer. This is in 2005, so they seized his physical computer because of like the sheer amount or whatever. I didn't get into the details, but like,
Damn.
he had I not had braces, he probably wouldn't have been attracted to me. And then that was like a precursor for what this guy was into. So he was kind of like showing his hand early. Was he doing anything wrong by being into me? No, I was 20, but he was showing his hand for his predisposition. So
Yeah, because there are signs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I
And
bring
then what
this up
happened?
because if the majority of pedophiles are non-offending and not going out and seeking children, how are we going to determine who is one so we can, throw them
If
away?
there's
Wait,
I think we have to
But
put more
children,
braces.
touch children.
More braces on adults. That's how you find
More
them.
braces on
braces
adults.
on adults.
Stardust. Why do you think it's an intelligent point to ask?
Brown,
How will
savage,
you know someone's a
disgusting
pedo
animal.
until they reveal they're a pedo? Obviously, you're not gonna know until you know.
Well, whoa, thank you for the gifted subs.
Stardust, didn't Destiny already ban 14 pedophiles from his Discord? Maybe we can start looking for them there.
I don't know anything about his Discord, my dude.
Oh
but
yeah, you do. We've had this conversation before.
I
You fucking liar.
I
Yeah,
used
you
to
do.
type
You know
it.
what I'm talking about.
You know what I do is
Who's
I like to
talking?
troll.
You're a
So
liar.
I'll go into people's Discords and I'll type like
We've
I'll
talked about
type
this
like
before, you
fucking
dumbass.
Silvio
Wait,
Berlusconi
Who's
fanfic.
speaking right
who's
now?
John
speaking right
Zerka.
now?
It's
John
Zerka. Zerka hates me.
Zerka, how did you get here?
What's
And
up,
how?
Lauren? What's up? Hey, Lauren.
What?
Incredible. Check this out. Awesome podcast, but you're supposed to let Brittany has history with Destiny. You're supposed to let her go at it with him. You could have done 4,000 viewers, but Chrissy opened her dumb mouth. So did Stardust, and so did fucking Nina.
Excuse me, Chrissy had a base
Whoa,
moment with
look,
Haz there, and we
you
had
look
I'm saying if
homeless.
people
Why
have
are you
history,
talking?
I liked
if
Chrissy's
people have
Who are
history,
you?
why would
I'm
you-
glad that
why
somebody
would- why
understood
would-
what I was
why
saying.
would
Wait a
you-
minute,
Disgusting
We
animal.
had a
Are-
whole
are you- what are you-
conversation
Wow,
before all
thank
this.
you
Oh
for
no,
the
something
thank
happened
you
with
for
that
even
music.
this year when
discussing-
subs
Wait,
was
wait,
train wrecks.
Sam,
Really
John,
appreciate
when
you.
back in Vancouver?
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Something
When-
happened. He got
Who is this guy?
something happened. He got kicked out accidentally.
Oh, sure, Chrissy. I needed to know actually.
So
when he's
thank you
back in
so much.
Vancouver,
That is
but-
so kind of you. Really appreciate it, guys.
Okay, so wait.
Whoa!
I think it's
What the
hilarious
fuck,
'cause we
dude? What are
weren't
you
even
doing?
going to talk about-
How many times is that? That's 3 times. Dude, stop wasting your money. I'm like a nobody. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Whose money?
You know, it
Okay,
has
wait,
this,
let me
like,
just say
has this,
this.
like,
We
it's like a
weren't
puppet.
even-
Like, there's a puppet talking. He's like trying to like make it stop talking.
Damn,
So here's
dude.
the thing.
Thank you. That
we
is
weren't
so
even
kind
going
of
to
you.
talk
Bro, she
about all
called
this
people
originally.
Why am I puppet? Copyright.
We weren't even
Had a
going to
mind
talk
of his
about this
own.
originally. I think Brittany mentioned something to Destiny, and then Lauren invited him on. But like this was supposed to be all girls
Wait, Lauren,
just drinking
is
wine
everyone
together.
Brown,
against
savage,
Destiny
disgusting
except
animal.
Stardust?
I'm sorry. What's going on?
I don't know who the fuck that. I just
All right,
met
listen. No,
Destiny.
I'm gonna be fair. Listen, I'm gonna be fair. everyone here except Stardust is kind of saying correct things, but I feel like Brittany has delivered it in the most simple, concise, correct way, and no one's really given her props or credit for it.
Haz, are you
Haz
in love
is
with
just-
Brittany?
Haz is
Wait,
just
shut
mad
up,
at
everyone.
me.
Kiss, kiss,
Shut up,
kiss,
everyone.
kiss,
Haz,
kiss,
Haz,
Yeah.
are you in love with Brittany?
kiss, kiss.
I
kiss.
mean, like, what if I was, you know?
Yeah, I want to know.
I might be.
Snap, snap,
Kiss,
snap.
kiss,
Brittany,
kiss.
how do
Hey,
you
you guys are in the
feel?
same
The
city.
Simcast extended.
Listen. All I gotta say, Brittany has the most beautiful hair I've ever seen on Twitch.
There we
Whoa.
go.
I'm not gonna
How
lie.
cute.
And
Okay,
ask
but
how many
I should
people I've
say
said
this.
that about.
And you know what's so cute? You're both from 4chan.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Come on, man. What the fuck
I'm
you doing?
joking.
Wild.
Brittany, how do you feel about
Full
this?
disclosure. I moreover appreciate the props for the good points I make as opposed to my physical appearance. But thank you for both
Oh,
compliments. in
yeah,
my
she's
case.
a lib.
Shut the fuck up, man.
Thank you, NZ Blade.
No, she's right.
Is
She's
she a
right.
libtard?
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Oh,
Wow. Now,
Stardust,
Kid.
are you
Yo.
the only,
I like how you put them together,
Stardust,
Christy. That was a good
Stardust, are
move.
you the only
You're
libtard
doing
here?
a good job, Queen.
I don't know. Am I?
Where are liberal women?
Listen,
at?
I don't know what Brittany's political views are, but she sounds like she's based on common sense. She sounds based, you know? Is that correct?
Wow. We're
That-
seeing
that
a
would be
relationship
true.
develop.
Yeah,
live
more
on
based on
screen.
common
Brittany,
sense.
do you think women should be in the kitchen and shit?
I think men should go to war and like.
Based. No, based.
That's
based.
awesome. Wow.
Based.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait,
Based.
Brittany, you support a draft?
Now,
I-
hold on. Hey, woman. I mean, Ashton, hang on.
Thank you, Train
Brittany,
Rex. That
now,
is so kind of
Don't
you.
you feel like this
Oh my
man Oz
goodness.
would go to war for you? You don't feel that? Yeah, you feel
I don't support war, so I don't think we should be
didn't
involved with
ask you
international
I don't think
affairs.
war is optional. I don't think it's like necessarily an optional thing. It's kind of like if somebody like hits you in the face first, you don't really have a choice in defending yourself. I'm not like
Yeah.
Wow,
pro
that's
war,
crazy.
but like you
date
should
Oz.
defend
You should
yourself.
talk- You should have
But
coffee-
why are we in the
coffee
Middle
date
East?
with
And
Oz.
honestly, listen, Brittany, the reason I came on
Why are we
here,
in the Middle East supporting
hold on.
Israel? What
Honest
is
to
Israel gonna do
God,
for us?
honest to God, I saw Destiny
Probably
talking
money.
bad to you,
Thank
and
you,
I really felt like I
nice.
had to go to war for you. Because listen, Brittany, I've defeated Destiny dozens of times. I slapped this guy around, so I need to put
Is
him in
this
his
true,
place.
chat?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
What do you
This
mean,
chat
like in
not gonna admit it.
debates? Like, are you
Everyone else
talking about
knows
in
it, you know?
person or in
look,
debate?
Haas is
And listen-
really doing his performative thing. Both Haas and
Yo,
Zarek
Stardust,
says
stop
he's
being-
because
hey,
I told him to
Stardust,
fuck off one
Stardust,
time.
nobody
And I'll
asked
tell
you
you
that.
guys
Yeah,
again,
Stardust,
go
Stardust,
fuck
nobody
yourselves.
asked you.
Go,
Nobody
go.
cares,
Why don't you guys
Stardust,
go into your
Stardust,
room and
Stardust.
put your dick
Hey,
in your hand
Stardust,
and jerk
we'll
it,
give you
okay?
attention
Because
after.
that's all you're
We'll
gonna
give you
get here.
attention after.
Whoa, whoa, what the
Relax.
fuck?
We'll give you attention after.
Content.
Let him meet Brittany. Why you doing that? stuff?
Listen, I go on political Twitch. Obviously, Laura Southern, she's very lovely, but I have to say, like, I only noticed Brittany, honestly.
Wow.
I wasn't gonna come on otherwise. I'm gonna be real.
Now, are you saying? Hold on. So what?
Wow.
Is different from the average girl?
Because she's articulate, concise.
I don't know. I feel like
She's got the hard hitting points, simple, common sense based points.
Right.
She doesn't beat around the bush. She doesn't dilly dally or fucking make
Brown,
excuses.
savage,
Or
disgusting
go into detours and shit. And also, she has the energy of a warrior to me.
Whoa, a warrior?
That's
Just
probably one of the
like
nicest
a-
compliments I've ever
Brittany,
gotten. Warrior
you're a
spirit.
warrior.
Wow. So
Okay, but
much
are you guys
love.
gonna
Is
date
that like a
now?
masculine spirit?
No, it's like bro, you don't get it, man.
Like, are you saying? Hold on, are you saying Brittany is gonna is she gonna make you pies and stuff?
It means,
Is she gonna cook
shut
you
the fuck
pie?
up.
Is she gonna
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Look at your big strong hands.
This is
Shut the
very
fuck up,
boring to me.
Listen, it means I'm a dude always beefing, always at war with people and shit, always all this stuff. And Brittany, I feel like she's the same way.
Cheer,
She's
46,000.
always
Wait, Brittany, how tall is
No,
you?
I think she just wars with pedos and pedo sympathizers.
Yeah, but
I
guess
really
what?
do. And I
But
think
the way
that
she takes on Destiny, Destiny, we're on the same frequency. Trust me.
Wow.
wow.
And you know what's funny is like, Brittany, how tall is you?
5'7".
You guys are perfect. What the fuck?
All right.
That's crazy.
That's
So-
getting weird.
And
Wow,
you know
they're
what's-
gonna get
and you-
married on
and you know what's
screen.
crazy is like, I'll be invited to the wedding too because I'm also a racist.
Bro,
Brittany, I just gotta say, I hope you can.
I'm kidding,
You
bro.
should
Tell
ask
them I'm
Haas how
joking.
many
Tell them I'm
holes a
joking.
woman
Oh,
has.
they don't know I'm
So,
joking.
just so
Tell
I
that
don't know if
woman
you
I'm
know
joking.
about
She's
that.
joking. No,
He seems to
don't
not
assume
know
my
too
gender.
much about the
Don't
female.
assume my gender.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're not invited to the wedding.
That's
No,
okay. I
wanna
don't
go to
need
your
to be
wedding 'cause
invited.
You and Brittany you guys look like
I don't
you
know if
just
I'm
sit
invited
in
to
a
this
dark
wedding.
room together.
What?
You and Brittany look like you'd sit in a dark room together. Like you look like a weird couple.
Is this the first time you guys are meeting, or like are you guys good
Huh?
friends?
We've known Brittany for years.
Yeah.
We've been watching
Yeah.
Brittany for years. Like
we're both.
I watched her debate this guy named Destiny. That shit was crazy. Like 2016.
We're both big fans, but I'm the bigger fan.
I don't know what she's known about, but all I know is she holds her own against
Damn.
Steven.
This really is the simp cast
Now-
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Full
well,
on
it is,
simp
because
cast.
you don't understand, Lauren. Nobody goes up against Steven. Steven's a whole 5'8".
I
Well,
debate
the
Steven
last
all the
time he
time.
ran
What are
for
you
me-
fucking talking about?
You don't understand.
Okay, hold up.
Nobody
Hold up.
debates
Brittany.
Steven. Like,
Brittany,
Lauren,
are you gonna date?
Lauren,
Are you gonna date
Lauren,
him?
Lauren, I swear you're very lovely, but you are taken, are you not?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I mean, that's what Zerka
Wait,
Zerka
we were talking
would.
about debating Steven.
why
What
are you?
talking
It's not a dating
about?
show. I don't want a girl. I want to talk about politics. Stardust, give us your dumb libtard take.
Dumb libtard take on what?
Stardust, tell us why you think tell us why you think men and women are equal of strength.
I don't think they're equal of strength.
Oh wow, you're sexist. Oh my god.
Well, I don't understand Stardust. Why do you feel the need to go soft on the pedos?
Why do you feel the need to go hard on child molestation victims?
Because it's the biggest violation of humanity, and it corrupts and destroys our society.
People
if we
who
allow
children
pedos to
who
prosper,
haven't
our
children
society
who
will
I'm
collapse.
sorry, children who haven't offended, children who were molested themselves.
You didn't say children who haven't offended. You prefaced it as adults who were
I didn't
touched
preface it
and
as
are
adults.
now-
I didn't
Okay, so
specify.
for someone to be a predator and to be a pedophile, they would need to be 18.
Brittany,
I
let her
think
go
I
first.
think a predator is
So there you
different.
go.
I think a predator is different from
all pedophiles are predators.
I think a predator is very different from somebody who is working on not offending.
Wait, can I ask you
No,
something?
if you
Stardust?
inherently want
Wait, let me
to, if
ask
you
Stardust
inherently
something.
want to hurt something that is something that cannot defend itself, such as a child, you are a predator. If you want
Okay.
to touch a child, you are a predator. You want to
Do
inherently
you
harm
think that
them.
there?
You're
Do you
going
think
to harm
that? Do you
them.
think that
To a
do you think that
significant degree?
Do you think that
Wait,
a
Stardust,
heterosexual
Stardust, I
man
asked all
who
you
is attracted to
libs
women is the
and
same as a
Stardust.
man who's a rapist? Do you think that they're the
Okay,
same?
thank you for that. Stardust,
I'm
I
really
asked-
tired
I
of these
asked
false
Brittany
equivalencies.
for
I
the
gave it
love-
to
How are they-
I
how are they
can't
not
hear
equal?
anyone talk because of that guy.
Brittany, let the man
Shut the
talk.
fuck up.
Let the man talk, please. Okay, Stardust, my question, I love asking you libs this. Careful, it's a doozy, right? Okay, let's say there's a pedophile who doesn't act on his urges. We know he doesn't act on his urges.
Brittany
Would you
is
let
banned
him
from Twitch.
babysit
Streaming her, okay?
Your kids?
Hell no.
No, probably not.
Why not?
Probably not, Stardust. So like if you're
What do
like
you mean,
out of the,
probably
you know,
not?
if you're out of a babysitter,
Let her go
you'd
full
be
lip.
like,
Let her
"Yeah,
go full lip on
maybe."
us.
These
I mean,
probably. It's
look-
like, why can't they just say their opinion? What is with that? Like, just if you're gonna
I
have an
don't wanna
extreme
put-
opinion, have
wait
it
a
against
minute,
pedophiles.
Wait a minute. Okay. Again, I don't agree with your saying that that's a false equivalency because people who rape, I mean, like, are they I want to know, are they the same? I don't think that a rapist is the same as somebody who's attracted to somebody. Secondly, if it's somebody
except
who we
here's the
know,
difference, Stardust. Here's the difference.
excuse me. If it's
I'm
somebody,
addressing your
excuse
point,
me,
and then you can continue
excuse
your
me,
point. You can-
excuse me,
you-
excuse
no, you're
me.
not going
No,
to
I'm not.
you're not
I'm
going
not.
to dogpile
No,
your
I'm
points
not
on me.
going. I
I'm going
am
to
not
address each
going
one
to
as we
give you.
go.
All, no, I'm sorry. This is not happening,
Whoever
Brittany.
just
So
This
you're
is
donated
not
is
happening.
amazing.
You can't.
Thank
You
you.
can't
Okay,
interrupt
Brittany,
me.
now
You can't bully me
answer
into
me.
this. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
It's not bullying. I'm addressing your
Again,
first point, and then you can
there's something
proceed to your
different
second
between
point.
somebody who's a rapist and somebody who's attracted
Okay,
to
so
a
I'm not
woman
gonna
and
answer
watches
then,
her.
because we're gonna have
It
10
doesn't
points.
offend her.
Stardust, what you're saying the dumb shit that because being a victim is potentially a cause of being a pedophile, then that means that they can be treated as the same thing, but they're not. If you're a victim, you may not inevitably be a pedophile.
No,
And
I
if you
agree
do
with you.
become-
I agree with
if
you.
you do become a pedophile, then the way
You just
society is going to treat
donated
you
it.
for
How
being
do
a
I
pedo is
tell?
not
I don't even get to
because
answer the
you
question
were
that
a
I was
victim.
asked.
It's not because you were a victim. It was because
Actually,
you're a
ask the
pedo.
question.
Yeah, you'd
I
have
was
to
gonna
discard
answer
that
it.
thinking as soon as you group it up with the others that were traumatized but didn't turn into pedophiles.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't hear anything that he just
You're
said.
getting dominated. Don't worry.
Wait, oh, actually, we haven't heard from Leanne
I would love
yet.
to
I wanna hear
answer the
stuff from
question.
Leanne.
So to answer your thing
Wait,
that I
wait,
called a
wait,
false
wait.
equivalence,
I didn't
No,
even
let
get to
Brittany
answer
talk.
the
Let Brittany
question
talk.
that I got
Guys,
asked.
this is
so.
important. I need to understand
you
how
asked
to
me a
tell
question. I
when
want to
people
answer. You wouldn't let
donate.
me.
Yo, let Brittany talk. Let Brittany talk.
How do
So
I
the
know
reason
when
I
people
want to
donate?
Wait,
Just let her talk
Leanne,
real
what's
quick.
your thoughts on this? We haven't heard
I don't
anything
know.
from
I only have
Leanne.
one thought that fucking teachers are now trying to make maps fine and, look at them as humans and they
Teachers?
have their own fucking flag. No, no, no.
Maps?
Sorry, no.
You mean like
It's gross?
geography
No,
maps?
it's not. Yeah,
No,
no.
That's
Like
super
ME,
funny.
Oh my
yes,
god, you know what a
mine are
map is. There's
attracted.
no
You
way.
literally have a teacher going viral defending them. Like, oh
Yeah,
well,
it's
they're
being
just people. No,
normalized.
they're fucking pervs.
No,
They're
I think that's
pedos.
disgusting. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
it's gross.
I think
No.
I think that they should.
Or is it probably disgusting?
They're trying to make
Yeah,
it not.
I
They're
mean-
trying to make it mainstream, and now people are like, "Oh, well, yeah, they are." No, they're not. They're gross.
I don't think I
They're
don't.
pedophiles.
Yeah, I
No.
don't think we need to normalize it, but I think
They're not
we
in with
can-
the LGBT. Don't fucking be using
Yeah, of
them. They're
course.
trying to wiggle their way in. No,
I think
no.
that we can.
They got enough problems. They don't need fucking child molesters on there too. I think they're good.
Sure.
They got their own shit to
Sympathizing
worry
with them
about.
does
I have a
normalize it. But
question.
to answer the question of what you asked, which is why I want to answer it, and then you can go on to your other questions, your other points, that's perfectly fine. So I don't think that a man that is attracted to a woman is automatically a rapist. The difference is rape isn't just an attraction, it's a violation, and there's a lack of consent there. So if somebody wants to harm somebody else and violate them and they have that mindset, yeah, they basically are a rapist. They have the mindset of a rapist.
Okay.
So yes.
If a pedophile is attracted to children but doesn't want to harm them and chooses not to harm them, are they a predator?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
How?
Yeah.
But how will we know that
Because
they
they
were
want to
unless
harm
they did
children.
something?
They don't
So
want
would
to
have
harm
to
children.
just
But
They
they
don't
choose
do.
not
They're
to harm
attracted.
children.
They're
Here,
attracted
I'll
to
say
Is
my
being
last-
attracted to somebody the same as
Hold
wanting to
on,
harm them?
Stardust.
when
So
they
Stardust,
can't consent.
Stardust,
Yes.
Stardust.
So
Okay,
hold on,
so when a
Stardust,
woman
Stardust.
can't
Jillian
consent
Stardust,
to you,
let me
doesn't
ask you one
consent to
thing.
you.
Stardust.
If you
I'm
want to
sorry.
talk
No,
about
no,
it, I
no,
think
no,
we
no.
should be
You
going
know
around
I'm
and
making
talking
a good
about it. I
point
think you
now,
should
and
keep
that's
that
why
to
you're
Stardust, let me
yourself.
ask
you're
you one
interrupting
thing.
me.
Because
Okay,
I don't want to know.
so
Hold on.
again,
Let me ask you.
just because somebody is
Stardust,
attracted to
if I'm-
somebody,
if-
does
hold
that
on, hold
mean
on.
that they are a
It's not
predator?
somebody,
I'm
it's a
asking you.
child.
Okay,
Yo,
right,
Stardust,
a
I'm asking
child,
you.
but again,
Stardust, you know what
somebody.
you're
They
saying.
can't.
Just because somebody is attracted to somebody doesn't mean that
So
they
Stardust,
want to
Stardust,
hurt
It's a
them.
child and they
Stardust,
cannot
Stardust,
consent.
if I'm
What is
addicted-
hard to
A
if I'm
child,
addicted-
a person can be attracted.
It's not a person. It is a child.
Okay, I'm not
Child.
talking about the
And
child. I am
it is
talking about
a
the other person in the
prepubescent child.
equation. The pedophile can be attracted to the child while choosing not to hurt
Wait, are
them.
you
We
paying
understand
to
that.
send
We don't give a
messages?
shit.
Stardust,
They're,
Stardust.
they're predators. They're
Leftist
pedophiles. If
teachers
you
all
want to harm
need
a
to be
child,
fired,
you are a
says Kobe.
predator.
Did you
My
donate?
So
goodness.
Stardust. In
What
every
is this
crime,
word?
I know you don't know anything about like what you're talking about. In every crime,
I'm a rape
there's-
victim. I
there's-
do know.
there's-
So.
yeah, I'm not
Thank
talking
you.
about that. In every crime, there's an actus reus, which is the act, and there's a mens reus, which is the state of mind and mentality. And mens reus actually matters a lot. The intention and the state of mind matters a lot. It's just the only reason you don't get prosecuted on mens reus is we're not
Wait.
mind readers. And you usually
You
discover
donate
the
$100.
evil
So you're
intention.
pro
You
thought
usually
crime.
discover evil
then.
intentions through actions. So you can't say people have all these disgusting evil intentions, but they will never act upon them.
Yeah.
When you discover those intentions and that evil mens rea that they have, it is our responsibility to have a preventative stance toward them.
Or to simplify
Okay, so
for a
all
liberal
men
mind.
all men
Hold on,
want to hurt
Stardust,
women
hold
because
on,
they're
it'll be
attracted
even
to them.
easier.
But they're all men are
I'll
rapists
simplify-
then.
Stardust, I'll simplify.
No,
to this.
I
Hold on,
clarified
hold on,
that
hold
point
on.
actually.
I mean,
if they
it's
want to
not
harm
clarified.
the woman,
It's
yes,
not
they
clarified.
are.
You haven't
It
done
is
that.
clarified.
You haven't done
It is
that
clarified
adequately.
because
Hey,
I
guys,
Stardust,
actually
I will
did
say-
do it
Stardust.
because if a
For
person
ya.
wants
Listen, to the
to
love
touch a
of
woman
God,
against her
please.
consent,
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
gonna-
rape.
I'm
It
gonna
is
eat
completely
a little
different than a
quick-
woman
quick
who
little
is
cricket
just
break. Yeah.
consenting.
Laura, I'm
So
gonna
when
head
you're
out.
saying contraction, you're implying,
I
oh,
love
it's
you.
required to have a consent
Wait,
to
who's
do
I love
it.
heading
you
out?
too.
Who's
Nobody.
heading out?
No,
If you want
start
to
us.
follow me, I am known
Here's the,
as Ashton. Oh my god.
Oh,
I am
Ashton,
known
I
as
love you.
I love you too. I'm known as
Hi,
Ashton Birdie and the Ashton Blaze on Twitter. Brittany, you keep just smashing it. You're fucking amazing. I just want to say this: pedos and people who hurt children have no place on Earth. Thank you very much.
I love you,
Base.
Ashton. Have
I
a
agree
good
with
one.
that.
Love you too.
People who hurt
Hi,
children
guys.
should be punished.
It's
Yes.
so easy to say. Why can't they just fucking say that? Like, well, how is that
I've
so
said
hard
that
to say? It should
plenty
be
of
the easiest
times.
thing
People
to
who
say in the
hurt
world.
children
Because
should
of
not
her
be
child.
allowed, to be with the general public. Sure, but people who
But
But when
don't hurt
people want to
here's the
hurt
problem.
children, they still are normalizing
when people
it, and
want
that's
to
still
fuck
hurting
women,
children.
should they be sequestered away from society?
Women can consent to sex because
I
they
mean,
are
not if they don't
able-bodied
know about it.
adults. Right, and if they can't consent, if they don't, then it's rape. So if you're asking if somebody wants to rape a woman,
What's the
someone
difference
has to
between
s-
somebody
if
looking at somebody and raping them?
The difference is if somebody looks at a
Someone's
woman and
sticking
they
their
say,
dick
I
in
want to
you.
fuck her against her will, then it is rape. If somebody looks at a child and says they want to fuck them, period, we call that pedophilia because children cannot consent. There's no thought process manner. A child
Children
cannot have a
cannot
romantic
consent.
relationship.
I agree with you, and it's unethical and it's wrong in every measure of everything that we know when people try to do things like that. However,
But
I
when
think
you sympathize it normalizes it.
I don't
and it
sympathize.
enables them.
When I say that somebody, just because somebody is attracted to something doesn't mean that they are going to offend on it, right? It's the same thing with rape, right? Just because somebody is
and if
attracted
somebody wants to
to
rape
a woman,
someone, it doesn't matter. They're still a rapist mentally, and it's still
okay, how
wrong.
about
So I
people
don't
who
understand
are
the point you're
who are into
making.
rape fantasies or whatever?
If you're consenting
Oh,
to it, then
Lord.
it's different.
How about a dragon
I don't
in
think
the
anyone's
sky?
fucking me with their
What about
eyes
a
when they're
fucking
looking at me. They're
dragon
gonna
in the
fuck me
sky?
with their
But
dick.
again, if somebody's into rape fantasies
full
and
lip,
the
bro,
other
come back.
person is
Then you're
not into
telling
rape
them to.
fantasies, what is the difference between them looking
Okay,
at that
Stardust, it
person
doesn't
and
make
raping
sense.
them?
You know why you don't make sense, Stardust? You said that,
they're
as long as
looking,
they don't
not
want to harm
fucking.
the child, it's okay. Then why don't you let the pedo
Families and
babysit your
grandchildren.
kids if he's not going to harm the child?
Because I don't
Why?
want to put that type of I don't think they would like
Oh,
that.
poor
Yeah.
rapist.
First off,
Poor child
no,
rapist.
why
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
I
you
don't
They
want to
deserve
put
so much
that
sympathy
type of.
from us.
You said if they're not going to harm the child, it's fine. Hey, if it doesn't harm anyone, you can fuck your mom. You libs are fucked up. Listen,
never said
if
that.
it doesn't harm,
Why are
if
you
it doesn't harm
strawmanning
no
me
one,
now?
would you let the pedo
You
babysit
come
your
up to all
child?
these
Why?
conclusions about me
Why or
when
why
I
not?
disagree with
No,
like
your metaethics
majority
is
of the
cringe
left
as
on a
fuck.
lot of things. So I don't appreciate that.
Tell us again why you wouldn't let the pedo who's not going to harm a child. Why can't he babysit your kids? Why did you
There's
object?
probably somebody who's better for the job than somebody who's
Okay,
attracted
let's say
to
you
children.
can't find someone. It's the perfect scenario. It's just him. Would you let him?
Probably not. No.
I mean, we got like pedo sympathizers that are teaching children.
Why
now.
not?
They're
Why not,
defending
though?
it everywhere.
Because
So,
I
I mean-
don't think that's a good precedent to like. I don't know. I don't think it's fair to my child to put them in that situation, and I think that
Okay.
it.
And what
would-
about the rest of the population?
Yeah,
rest
why
of
is
the
it just different
population,
for
if
your
this
child?
person-
Why is your child different from the population
if
child?
this person is making the
children.
choice to not interact with children, then I feel like that should be, that should be
What
fine.
the
If they're
fuck
going
did you
and
say?
seeking, help from doctors, and they're choosing to not interact with any children, I think that should be fine. Right?
So you would let them babysit if they're
Hey
seeing the
guys,
doctor?
I have a really important point to make. Chrissy has been staying up late to keep this all hosted on her computer. So if we want to continue, we have to move it to my Discord.
Well, I have to get off anyway. I got to wake up like at 9.
Okay,
It's
well,
at
shout
3 a.m.
eight.
here.
I
think I'm
actually
gonna
have
hop off
to
then.
get off too because I have to interview somebody tomorrow.
All right, I'm drunk as heck, so I
Yeah.
should probably go.
Okay.
Thank you for hosting this, Lauren.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
you.
Lauren. It was really
Yeah.
nice to
Leslie
meet
ran
you.
away from me last time, so I really
Yeah, but
appreciate the second chance. When he ran away from me, when Lieutenant
Brittany,
Corvus was on
he's
stream,
got a
yeah.
message for you.
Hey,
Thank
Lauren,
you
it was
for
really
having
nice
me
to meet
on.
you, man.
Yeah, it was a pleasure,
Hold on.
Nina. Thanks for coming on. We had a lit stream. Holy, we got
Yeah,
a
that
lot
was
of viewers.
crazy. Please stay in touch because I would love to hang out with you again.
Well,
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Vancouver
Stop.
girls, man. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
Brittany
gonna-
Vincey on Twitter and YouTube if you guys want to follow me. I
Yo,
live
Brittany,
stream on
listen.
YouTube.
Brittany,
Brittany, check your DM because I'm gonna DM you about something.
Brittany, DM me on Twitter. Twitter.infrahaz. INFRAHAZ.
Thank you for having me on. I know it was last minute, Lauren. I appreciate it. And if anybody is interested in
Stardust, don't
some,
forget to DM me, okay?
no, I'm not going to do that.
9,000.
No. Okay. Yep. I'm Stardust.
Stardust,
It's exactly how it's spelled.
I wanted to talk to you about some liberal stuff.
Okay, sure. You can ask me about some liberal stuff.
Can I ask you right now? Okay, I'm just curious now. I'm so curious, right?
Okay, I'm gonna get off. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Wait, where can people find you?
Are women more emotional than men?
Twitter. Leanne Star
Sometimes,
23,
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
kind of sexist. I don't know. That's a little racially
I mean-
motivated. Is it because I'm a refugee?
Okay, I'm gonna go.
How's
really
it
like that.
racially motivated?
You can find me on Nina Infinity on Twitter,
Nina,
on
Nina, we love
on
you. Nina, you
YouTube,
did
and
great.
Nina7 Infinity on Twitter. So
Amazing.
thank you so much again, Lauren.
Nina,
Take care.
Nina, is it
thanks
true,
for
Nina?
coming.
Nina, is it true you're a little like right of Mussolini?
What?
What's your political stance? I missed it.
My political stance? I
Yeah.
guess I don't know. I don't like labels, but center right. I guess that's.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I'm definitely not a lefty. I can tell you
But
that
are
much.
you hardcore like Lauren though, or old Lauren?
Hardcore.
I don't know
Old
if I would
Lauren.
label myself hardcore, but I don't know. Like, I
You
think
know what's
Trump
funny?
made some terrible
You know what's funny?
mistakes.
The most politically correct person you had on the podcast, Destiny, right, is the only one who screams the N-word offline. Isn't that weird?
When does he do that?
Oh, you don't know about the whole manifesto?
What
I've
manifesto?
got a documentary I'm going to send you. Maybe you should react to it.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't consider myself
Nina,
far right or far
100%,
left.
I agree. You and I are bonding right now. Do you feel
Okay.
that? I agree.
I do.
But sometimes I think I'm a little hardcore. Like politically, I'm a little hardcore, right?
Are you far right? Is that do you
I'm so far right that it's fucking scary. It's like it would terrify you.
really like? Are you like into QAnon? Like, do you think that Trump is still a president?
The Earth is flat, my love.
Okay.
The Earth is flat. Okay, I'm far gone. Okay, I'm not with you guys believing in Mars rover lander and stupid shit like that. Okay?
Is that
The
what
Earth
is that what it to be far right? To be a
The-
flat earther?
The truth is, Nina, is I see a woman who does not have God in her heart when I look at you. Is that
Me?
fair?
I love
Yeah.
God.
Really?
Yeah.
You?
I love God. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'll see
Are
you guys
you
later.
religious?
Bye, Stardust.
Bye.
Hey, we're talking about
Love
God.
ya.
We're talking about-
Thank
It's
you
great
for
to
having
chat.
me.
Absolutely. Go.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. If Zerka wants to talk to me one-on-one, he can hit me up. Jeez.